Welcome back. We've got Native Black versus Oxygen Academy. Still in the first game of the semifinals, best of 3, with Native Black currently in the lead by 2 rounds over Oxygen at 11-9. Going into this next one, we've got a lot of ultimates on the side of Oxygen Academy, so it's going to be a spicy round. I am, of course, Jim Basco, joined by Marks.
There you go.
We are ready to rock, Marks. It's been a nail-biter of a game so far, and we're only in the first match of the series.
I know, it's extremely close. Look at the score lines. Redux gets suppressed here, but this time it's going to be Native Black moving things a little bit more aggressively as Whitmer finds Nerf. It's going to be an early Hunter's Fury coming out from Verno, trying to look for something, is able to take up Adrenaline.
Spots out the drone. Can't find a body though. Whitmer, unlucky there. Native Black down to 2 members already. Oxygen Academy just hopping on the defense here.
Yeah, Cutler unable to find that pick there, and I think that would have been a pretty important one. Native Black are going to be making their way on, but Verno in the back line. Oh, Redux does find the pick there. Now it's all up to Morg. 1v4, trying to win this one out and take that match 12, but it looks like this is going to be Oxygen Academy's round.
Great stuff. Redux. 10-11 Oxygen Academy, man. They are not giving this one up easy at all. And if we look at Native Black's money for a moment, it looks like they'll actually be fine on the offense for the most part. Do we have full shields, though? Is going to be the question that I'm asking. And it looks like we will be lacking in some degree.
Yeah, and honestly, at this point, they just need to make sure that they've got all rifles in their hands. You know, shields are important, but it doesn't matter if you get that one-tap Vandal headshot. So making sure that you just have that baseline established is super important for Native Black right now. Oxygen Academy, though, looking very comfortable. They do have that lockdown available, and an early Hunter's Fury coming in from Adrenaline to potentially find somebody as Verdi gets tagged up but is able to escape with their life.
It's damage down onto Verdi. Whitmer, not going to spot anything out in wine. Well done. Waiting for the dart. Doesn't see anything. Nerfed has yet to give up his position. However, the smoke can arouse some suspicions for sure.
Absolutely. And now Native Black, they're just kind of taking their time here. So they really want to go in yet. Redux does take out the recon drone. That's a good paranoia coming in as Whitmer gets spotted out but wins it out.
Wow, great shot from Whitmer, just ducks under the dice and finds the headshot as Native Black pop out onto the site, find 4 picks in quick succession. And now Oxygen Academy left just to Rustin, who's suppressed, been spotted out, and needs to back on off. Has the lockdown here, but in a 1v4, that's kind of a tough spot to be in, and he gets spotted out in mid. Can Cutler hit this shot, or will Rustin get the better of him from afar, and Rustin comes out on top?
A little bit unconventional here, but yeah, this is a good round from Native Black here, especially that the fact that they're able to secure that 12th round and keep 3 of their members alive. It was very explosive onto the site, and despite the fact that Oxygen Academy really tried to just bottle that up and stop it in its tracks, didn't matter. Native Black, they just ran in there, kind of uses Whitmer as a little bit of bait. Whitmer was able to get one, but the rest of the team came in behind and were just looking in the right areas. Played all the utility had been popped at that point, and so it was a simple matter of just looking around and being able to click the appropriate members. So good stuff coming out from Native Black here. We're on match point. This is Oxygen Academy's map pick, and Oxygen Academy, their economy is not going to be great going into this round. They were really banking on winning that last one out.
Scary, tense, and full of opportunity, really, on the OXG side. They both have the lockdown and the Omen ultimate. They could get Verdi's null command and really mix things up, but Verno with the spray here is going to connect onto Whitmer, do a lot of damage, and although it doesn't find a elimination at the end of the day, it's something as Morg gets onto the site, clears it out, and of course balls out the 2 people that are available as Adrenaline and Whitmer find 2. Verdi pops out. Verdi pops the null command here, goes out into lane, is taken out, and now in a 1v4, once again, Rustin, what is he going to do? With the lockdown in hand, things are nigh impossible.
Yeah, and now the null command comes online from Native Black. A flash grenade actually doesn't give any information, but the fact that Rustin shoots it, Morg is going to know that he's hanging back there. Like you said, near impossible. And it's a shock bolt that's going to seal the deal on that first map. Congratulations to Native Black. They come in and they make their name known, winning out on Oxygen Academy's map pick That's going to be map number 1 for Native Black.
That's huge. Oxygen Academy came into this one as clear favorites. Native Black, we didn't know necessarily how they could perform. Do they scale with their opponents, or was the peak of their performance really against their earlier matches earlier, right? So here we are. We know they can perform when they need to on a pick that's not theirs. So that's beautifully done. 13-10. A nail-biter of a game all the way through. OXG Academy, though, they're going to have to go to Native's map pick next, and maybe they'll look even better than they did this time around.
Yeah, that is 100% a potential case that could happen. But before we get there, we got to talk about your chair support there, Jim, because I don't think that you're.
Yes.
We've been sitting for a long time, and obviously it would be nice if we were in Chicago, hanging out at the LAN. But of course, experience Mavix Gaming Chairs, the exclusive chair partner of Nerd Street Games and local host. All Mavix chairs feature the Future 9 functions of critical ergonomics to support gamers everywhere. Make sure to get yours today for as little as $22.22 a month. And use code NSG55 to save $55 as well. Shop now at mavix.com/nerdstreetgamers. And just like that, we're going to be throwing to a quick break, but you're not going to want to go anywhere, because next up, we've got Haven. It is going to be the map pick of Native Black, Oxygen Academy. They're on the back heels. They could get eliminated here in the semi-finals. Don't go anywhere. Let's see how this one shakes out.
I know you only show up for these tournaments for the ads. I recently partnered with DigitalOcean to help spread the word on their amazing software.
I think you mean their amazing web-based cloud computing services.
Okay, if you're a developer, then you know how incredibly hard it can be to get started.
Not true. DigitalOcean made their UI so simple you can start developing right away. Plus, they give you full access to their human support staff.
Easy to start, human support staff.
Don't forget, really transparent and affordable pricing.
Okay, let's keep the tournament going.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerd Street Chicago Valorant LAN for the Summer Champs. My name is Mark Scassing alongside Jim Basco, and we've got a fun semi-finals match in front of us right now, Jim. It's a Native Black going up against Oxygen Academy. Oxygen Academy in a pretty good position for, just they've made a name for themselves in some of these online qualifiers, but it's just now coming back and looking pretty darn good. Regardless, though, Native Black, a little bit of a newer team in the Nerd Street Summer Champs circuit, but really just making a name for themselves. Able to win out map number 1 against Oxygen Academy on Oxygen Academy's map pick.
Tough, really tough. Oxygen Academy coming into this one, sort of the Goliath in this David and Goliath situation, but Native Black showing that, hey, we have a lot of great players on our squad. We know we're credible. Now we've got the chemistry to show for it. 13-10, a close nail-biter rematch. And like you said, on Oxygen's map pick, of course, so many moments going back and forth, tied at the half, 6-6. No one could have called it, but here we go with Native Black taking the first game in this best of 3. We are still in the semis, and of course, the winner of this will be proceeding to the grand finals. So there's a lot riding on the line. Native, they've got something to prove, to say the least.
Yeah, and now we're just going to be seeing our map picks and bans one more time. So next up, we're going to be going to Haven, which is Native Black's map pick. Oxygen Academy, though, still pretty well practiced on Haven, and if we do require so, that map number 3 is going to be split. So Oxygen Academy playing for their lives, while Native want to just close this out nice and easy and secure their spot into the finals. But of course, Haven, we've seen quite a bit of Haven today. We've seen quite a bit of Haven yesterday. Such a classic Valorant map, 3 bomb sites, just allow for a lot more variety on how some of these teams set up their strategies.
Exactly, right. More executes, more eloquent lurks, and really just a more spread out game overall. It lends itself to duels if you're playing that default, but can quickly change the pace if teams group up, shotgun it through B, something like that, or into garage. There's a lot of options. I love Haven for that. And of course, Jet galore. It's one of the best maps for Jet. Updraft locations, operators, and more. So Cutler's going to have a field day, we already know. And we've seen him play this map multiple times throughout the day. So it's going to be good, to say the least. And of course, Haven and Ascent have just kind of been the go-to, the de facto for all these teams so far.
Yeah, pretty much every single match we've been following thus in the Chicago LAN thus far online here have been basically just Ascent and Haven back and forth. Get a little bit of Breeze here or there, get a little bit of Icebox, but of course we're coming back to our tried and true, just Ascent and Haven over and over again. And so we know that these teams are going to be well practiced on this maps because, hey, if they're continuously picked over and over again, that means that they get that time to just try and figure out their strategies. There's not too much time in between the actual matches to do a proper VOD review and sit down, but you can still pick up a little bit of inconsistencies in your strategy and fix some of those smaller mistakes. And as a result, tighten up your gameplay just a little bit more. Especially too, we are seeing Oxygen Academy feel a little bit more cohesive as a unit. There have been so many really good utility combinations that have been coming out, and just knowing when to swing together. Honestly, just at a very baseline gameplay level, I do think that Oxygen Academy are playing this extremely well. It's just that Native Black, they're a little bit more unpredictable, and they're more ready to just pull the trigger on some of their executes. They're more gung-ho, ready to just get into the action and win things out. And I think that this is going to be a little bit of a balancing act for both these teams to try and adapt to the other team's style.
Absolutely. I think they do such a good job, like you said, Oxygen specifically, of working together, working off of each other. And you can tell that they've been together for quite some time just because their timings are all so good. But like you said, it gives them opportunity, a little bit of downtime between the maps to think about what went wrong, talk about it, fix their communications, fix whatever was happening on shot calling, and head into this next one strong. Oxygen Academy, just to give it a little bit of context for anyone that doesn't know, they currently lead the way in NSG summer leaderboard points by, I think, a magnitude of a couple of thousand points, if I'm not wrong. They're sitting at like 11,000 as a cumulative total. So they've been playing for quite a while and wrecking face in the scene. Native Black, a relatively new team, forming within the last month. And they definitely have something to prove.
Oh yeah, and I'm going to be honest with you, Jim. I think they're proving it. The fact that they're already in the semifinals, going up against Oxygen Academy, like you said, one of the teams that is leading the leaderboard. It's got to be a lot. And okay, this is what I was expecting here. I was just about to say, you know, you talked about Jet a lot on Haven, but Oxygen Academy love running Neon. Redux on this Neon is so aggressive on Haven and just gets so much room both on the attack and the defense. I'm genuinely curious if this is going to be something that really works out for the Oxygen Academy roster, or if Native are going to be able to pick this out and are going to be able to punish it. We do see that they're going to be bringing a Fade into the mix, so this is going to already be a very interesting map between these two teams.
I'm excited. I'm always happy when I see a Neon on the map, and of course we're seeing a Fade as well. And so Native probably aware that Redux is a Neon fanatic and maybe hoping to find some usage and value out of that tether from Fade's util. So, you know, it's speculative, it's a Hail Mary, but we might be seeing a real slobber knocker of a match between these two squads here. Finally taking for the first game, Native Black come into this with an advantage. If they can win this one, they're sending Oxygen Academy into the Nether. And if Oxygen Academy win this, they are taking it to map 3.
Yeah, you know, Oxygen Academy, they've got their pride on the line. Even if they're leading the leaderboard, you know, they got to prove that they've earned their spot, and especially to going into a LAN, best way to do it. We're going to be starting things out. It's going to be Oxygen Academy starting us out on our defense. Meanwhile, Native Black going to be on the offense. Very interesting setup here. A lot of emphasis on this B site coming in from Oxygen Academy, and Native Black are playing right into it.
Great stun, Redux out of harm's way, destroys the Watcher, Nerfed pops out to help his boy, and Verdi is there as well. Quickly made into a 4-on-3 as Morg finds one, but is a little lost in the sauce here. Verno, good for 2, and Adrenaline stuck in the cubby. He's going to meet his untimely demise as a shock dart chunks him down, and Nerfed with the right click will end him. Oxygen Academy taking the first round at the second game.
Yeah, and honestly, that was such a good read from Oxygen Academy. I don't know if it was intentional or not. I'm going to say that it was, just because I think that makes it a little bit more fun. But it was such a good read. Just leave that Omen, leave that Neon in the backside of B, and then Redux just got so much value. Just using those relay bolts to just stun it up. And honestly, even though the spike went down, it was so easy for Oxygen Academy to just swarm around them like ants. And yeah. Native Black had no answer for it, so they just got completely overwhelmed. But oh boy, Jib, we're not out of the weeds yet. Native Black going to be forcing up this round. A couple of Spectres and a Marshal coming in. Meanwhile, Oxygen Academy playing it tried and true. Do have all those Spectres. It's going to be a very fast A site exit.
Interesting force here. Maybe they're just trying to stop the momentum before it really starts rolling, and I can't blame them for that. But they don't even have all Spectres or Stingers. They're running a couple of Sheriffs, a couple Spectres, and they're taking a slow approach towards Long as the drone comes out, finds 1 or 2. Native tossing the Watcher out into the site. Verno completely blind, and he's gonna, oh man, he's gonna pay for it, but Verdi pays back even better as he finds 2. Redux helps for the 3rd. Whitmer connects, and now in a 3-on-2 and a 2-on-2. Nerfed. Equalizing things once again. Cutler now at a disadvantage. Has the Marshal in hand. Is about to try and grab the spike. Doesn't realize he's on the high ground, and Rustin finds one.
Ooh, important round for Oxygen Academy to just set the momentum of this map. They're mad. You can feel it. They want this to happen. They want that map 3 to happen. They want to be getting their ticket to the finals. And they're just shutting the door on that push. So Native Black are in a bad position. Because they forced it up last round, they're going to have to go into this next round with pistols. And it's not going to be too great. Oxygen Academy have quite a bit of utility to work around. And they can just buy up armor and buy up those Spectres because they're not afraid of the economic damage that could be made. They have the opportunity to go for a bonus even after this round. See how this one shakes out. This time around, Native Black, they're playing a little bit more spread out here. If they do try and push onto the C site, Rustin's just going to have a field day, though. Has that turret set up, the swarm grenades active, could completely shut them in half, but Morg has this shorty and getting a lot of space on Garage.
Good pre-fire. That is exactly where he's going to be. It's smart from Morg to just get on out of there. Aftershock clears him out, and he tries to come back. It's a little greedy, but Nerfed shuts him down. And of course, the Molly going to delay the C-long push as Redux sends out the concuss. Doesn't connect, just spams and dissuades the attacking team from pushing any further. Finds a second. Huge for Nerfed there.
Yeah, Nerfed is now going to be able to go on the back line. Native don't have a foot in the door. Are going to be spotting that out. Whitmer finds a headshot onto Nerfed. Now he's going to be lurking in a little bit more, potentially looking to pick up that gun. Actually doesn't need it. Prefers the sheriff here, but Rustin's alarm bot is going to make Whitmer back up. Now Verno holding down this line. Adrenaline not ready for it.
Weesh. Awkward bulldog burst there. Adrenaline. 25 seconds left on the clock. They haven't gotten the spike down. They're in a 3v4. Pistols galore, and they're going to get swamped by Spectres as Oxygen take the third round. Force round not paying out for Native Black, and they're paying for it with that third one.
Yeah, all right. This is going to be one. Oh, wow. Native Black already calling a timeout here. Trying to stabilize things because they've let 3 rounds go to Oxygen Academy. To be fair, this is going to be the first round where they are able to buy full rifles here. And if they use these rifles appropriately, they could start to pull things back into their favor. Right now, Oxygen Academy look very disciplined in how they've been playing this defense. They aren't overextending, and I think that Native Black were almost expecting them to, based on how some of these earlier teams have been playing on this map. So, right now, Native Black are a little bit on the back foot. This is their map pick, but Oxygen Academy are looking pretty darn good onto it. As much as I would like to say the Neon is getting a ton of value, I wouldn't necessarily say that, but Neon does a really good job. Those relay bolts have been extremely well placed, and I've been getting a ton of value in that sense. But we haven't really seen the space control come out from that Neon just quite yet, as much as I would love to see it. I think that's going to be something that we see a little bit more on their offense.
I wonder what Native are trying to figure out at this point in time. Of course, they did give up 3 quick ones, but it wasn't because of anything in specific I can even point out, you know what I mean? Like, overall, their map play just seems a little less strong than Oxygen Academy's. And so, how do you answer back on something like that? Houston and Cutler not finding their groove just yet, but here we go into the first real buy round as Oxygen are on a bonus. Native look to take this one.
Looks like that B-side is going to be favored. B-side's always the better side of the record. Whitmer goes in, is able to take the alarm bot out, but is just looking to get space right now. And Aftershock is going to deter them from planting, but now Whitmer might be able to punish Verno.
Ooh. Good call from Verno to use the drone early. Realizes that there was an opportunity for someone to get through to B and into the A link. Nerfed finds one recurrence. Houston putting himself on the board has been found. And now in a 3-on-3, it is pretty even across as Oxygen Academy lead with an Omen ult, but that's pretty much it.
And let's keep in mind, Oxygen Academy, this is their bonus round, so they don't all have rifles. They're still making this one work. Looking pretty good for them thus far. Native Black walk right into Nerfed. And I don't think that they realize that they're still coming onto it, but Whitmer should be able to get the spike down shortly.
Planted.
Heck in heaven. Doesn't really hear anything. Whitmer trying to get this nice little cheeky angle with the Vandal, trying to get the one tap and get out of there, but whiffs, and Rustin finds the tap instead. Redux sliding out of the window, gets clapped by Adrenaline, who falls promptly back. Too long. Both these players are pretty low. This is possible for Adrenaline, as Rustin has tapped the spike, taps it once again, tries to take it up towards half. Oh, great pre-fire through the box, and it connects into the head. Adrenaline putting Native onto the board.
Man, and that was kind of close, honestly. If the spike was just a little bit over to the left, I don't think that those bullets would have connected. And, you know, sometimes you just got to go for it. So excellent read there. And that's going to be Native Black being able to get their first round. Finally putting their foots in the door. They've got a chance here. And now, once again, they're going to be a little bit strapped for cash because they did buy up into that round, and it wasn't an easy one for them. Meanwhile, Oxygen Academy sitting nice and comfortable with their money. Regardless, though, Whitmer does have the Blade Storm. We'll be popping it this round, but let's see how they want to execute onto this site. So far, Native Black have not been as explosive as I was expecting. Already, the 2 updrafts not coming up big with anything, and the Haunt is going to secure that B side.
Sending out the Aftershock. Whitmer good on the jump and drift and shot. Saying hello from Tokyo. Dashes out of that situation, but Verno claps back in a 4-on-4 now. Oxygen Academy. I like their split. They've got... I like the look at their gib or something, the cutted their jib. I don't even know, bro. The
I
Omen,
can't help
though,
you out of your gym. I don't know what you're saying.
yeah, cutted the jib is what I was trying to say, I believe is the correct phrase. Omen trying to flank the flanker, not working out. It's a 3-on-3. Morg, in the midst of it all, finds 2 quick ones. Swaps out the weapon because why not? It doesn't matter as Adrenaline finds the third. Beautifully done. 2-3 for Native.
A bunch of really good ideas being executed on that one. I just want to point out, actually, Nerfed did use his ultimate in order to teleport into the backside, into the spawn of Native Black, and tried to get a flank established that way. And I think that did put on a lot of pressure, but actually the hero of that, the Omen of this story that we need to highlight is Morg. Just going in for the teleport, get up close and personal. A lot of smokes onto the bomb, not too sure what was going on, could just kind of hang out with the squad and spray it down. Able to deny the spike from being defused, but more importantly, found the kills to secure the round. Now, that's what we need to be seeing from Native Black in order to continue to get this aggression onto Oxygen Academy. Because Oxygen Academy are so well rehearsed, they need to come up with creative plays to catch them off guard, and will be rewarded if they so do so. Now, it's 2-3, like you said, Tour de Force online for Native Black. Both guns online for both of these teams. Sorry, Oxygen are on a little bit of a save, as the Nerf does have this Bucky in hand. Might come up big. Prowler gets that information.
Nerfed, not afraid, even though he takes a couple of bullets to the guts. Call him 50 Cent. He's fine, though. He is walking and alive. Oxygen Academy not on the A site as Native Black try to rotate on over and are busting down at the site. The Haunt comes out from short. Not going to connect on anything, really. And Native Black have the spike plant here. In just a moment, it looks like they're not sticking it just yet. Kind of a bit of a moment of confusion here as Whitmer is fighting Adrenaline, swings out into CT, finds the pick, and Oxygen Academy left down to just Nerf with the Bucky on the flank.
Yeah, and Cutler finds it, so it's an easy cleanup there as Native Black are able to tie it up once again. Absolute chaos onto the site, but I do like the idea of investing the Nightfall onto it. Just get the information in the event that somebody is there. Whitmer, of course, being as aggressive as ever, just walked right in, tried to spray it down, tried to get something, wasn't able to find anything, but was honestly enough of a deterrence to keep Oxygen Academy from just running it in, because I think Oxygen Academy were ready to rush in onto the site and try and stop that defuse just using their own utility. But as soon as those bullets started to fly through, they thought twice about it, which just allowed the momentum to swing back into Native Black's sails. A very good round from them. This is going to be the gun round coming in from both these teams, and Cutler has this operator in hand. Cutler hasn't been turning it up this map as much, but has that opportunity to do so, especially with this operator.
Let's take a look. Cutler up through garage. Not going to connect on anything. And the only thing that is actually in garage, it's Timmy. El Turret just hanging out. Now pushing out mid, trying to take some space here. Gather some information. We're still in that phase of the game. And speeding things up through garage as Rustin finds one. Houston returns for the second, and it's a 4-on-4. However, the spike for Native is still in mid. Yet to come through garage.
Now they're going to be ferrying it over there, but I don't know if this is a good idea because they still have somebody on site here. Verdi comes up big with a headshot onto Houston.
Gets rid of it, gets pinged, and then it's going to TP out. Nerfed. Hitting him with the flash there. Really nicely done. Adrenaline able to get onto the site. Gets tagged by the dart. Is dodging the ultimate successfully. Nicely done. Yeah, takes no damage. Beautiful. Stun and the blind coming out. Redux quick to capitalize, but Cutler holding, crouched and ready around the side. Verdi can't capitalize as Nerf comes through garage and finds 3 in a row.
Wow, yeah, Nerf just kind of ran that one down, and honestly, it's kind of crazy, but I feel like the Omen players are making the biggest difference thus far. In obviously just frags, just getting that value, but also too, these paranoias and these smokes have been so important into dictating the pace of the round. Unfortunately, Redux has not had that much success with this Neon just quite yet, but still a good round coming in from Oxygen Academy. They win that one out. They're going to be a little bit strapped for cash here, and I imagine we're now going to be seeing the overdrive come out from Redux. Yeah, only has a Spectre in hand, probably going to use that overdrive and get really aggressive with it, and so Native Black have to be a little bit more careful about that. They can shut it down with a single head tap, but still, when you have a Neon sliding around in front of you, it's pretty hard to hit those bullets.
Yes, sir. You could say that again as Native's Morg TP's on into short. If they're able to take some info here and find the Sova, they have a free A site. However, not going to be playing that aggressive. Morg will just be hanging out in short, playing that close quarter angle as the attacking side sends a drone on over a long to try and clear it out. And really, they're, once again, in the information phase with a minute, 10 seconds left on the clock. Whitmer getting curious. Smoke is out. Kind of forces him to be in a weird spot. He could set up the dash and try to peek and get out, but instead he backs on entirely out of that place and takes his talons to the garage as the bomb itself moves towards A.
Yeah, and this is going to be really good for Native Black. They should be able to just get onto this A site, and I don't think they've realized just how open things usually are. Whitmer getting really aggressive is actually going to force the entire rotation perfectly, baited the entire team there, but Native Black are going to have to play this 4v5, and that spike is going to go down here, but Oxygen Academy are set up for success. They could potentially get it, but a double swing coming in might be absolutely massive from the team. Nerf getting one. And Redux getting Houston as well. No, Cutler goes in, but gets taken out. Morg able to find one with the Guardian. Still 1v3 now, not looking good for Native Black.
Looking for the shot, but just fails to line it up properly. Verdi better from the lower angle. Oxygen Academy at 5-3.
Yeah, and they look pretty well rehearsed right now. This defense has been looking stellar coming in from this team. Gonna have to continue to put this pressure on if they want to make their way into the finals. This is their map pick. This is their opportunity to do so. Look at that, we got a LAN cam. Woohoo! Shout out to all the people playing their games right there. It's been
he's
been
rocking
a
the
long
PJs.
Weekend, of course,
yeah.
it's a LAN. You gotta rock the pajama pants.
It is.
Otherwise, what are you doing?
That's honestly, this is the truth. If you're not rocking PJs at LAN, I don't know what's going on. Also, if you're going to sleep at LAN, you're doing it wrong.
That's true. That's true. All right. Well, relay bolts are going to be coming out just off the bat. And yeah, that A site has been generally vulnerable from Oxygen Academy, but Native Black haven't really preferred it until more recently. Prowler's going to be used to get a little bit of information. The Haunt basically clears things out, and now Native Black are going to be moving things forwards. Don't have all the guns in the world. They're going to try to make these sheriffs work.
Whitmer hoping someone jump peeks him. Ooh, stun, not gonna connect. Great shots though. Just body blocking each other. Verdi, good for 2 as Redux follows it up. Wants a 4th. Beautifully done.
Yeah, now this round is basically over there. I don't know whether or not I agree with Native Black continuing to do those ego duels, just because, you know, you've got pistols and you're going against rifles. We see Cutler playing a little bit of hide and seek with that, but completely dodges it. Able to take one out, looking for the next. Goes for the swing. Verno ready to punish there. It's now 6-3. Oxygen Academy looking pretty darn good thus far.
6-3. Yeah, the OXG are looking very good so far. Of course, coming into this one, they are going to have the ult advantage as well. 3 of the strongest ults on OXG Academy are available and ready to rock, while for Native, they've got 3 of the stronger ones as well. Honestly, it's just going to come down to who plays this better. There's a lot of counterplay already. You can tell if Rustin puts the lockdown down, Adrenaline will use his Hunter's Fury. Then what happens afterwards? You know what I mean? There's a Rolling Thunder on their side. Lots of possibilities. It all comes down to what the actual choices are. Whitmer trying to speed it up through Garage, smoke into the window. Taking his time instead. Backs on out of there.
We're able to take out that swarm grenade is huge. Now Rustin can't separate the team and moving in here, but Redux is holding that angle too.
Last player remaining.
Whitmer through Garage finds 2 in the midst of all of this. Rolling Thunder comes out, doesn't connect, and Whitmer on the drop shot from Verno. 4-6. Native here to play.
Absolutely, a massive headshot coming in from Whitmer. That blade, okay, Whitmer gets so much value out of these blade storms. It's actually unreal how well they've been working out for him. So, honestly, a really good round for them. They're able to stabilize their economy, able to buy things up, and now Oxygen Academy are looking a little bit rougher for wear. Redux gonna go for the Spectre yet again. This might be the round where the overdrive comes out, but you know, it's still been pretty dicey thus far. Good relay bolts from that Neon, but beyond that, not too much else. as a result, it's been not the best pick, economically speaking, but still, just having that extra body and finding frags has been pretty good thus far for Oxygen Academy. We're going to be just getting the quick TP over. They want to just stack this site because it's an A site hit.
Stack it they do. Stun comes out. Verdi finds one down onto long. And playing the site so well. Redux ready with the overcharge in hand. Finger cannons ready and blasting away as he finds two, finds a third, and he wants a fourth, and he's gonna get it. Beautifully done by Redux.
Yeah, you'll love to see that level of tracking come across there. You know, that's the thing about that bolt. It doesn't guarantee as lightning fast as a kill as you would want from, say, like a jet knife or something like that. But the fact of the matter is that it's a lot better for the spray transfer. Simply because there is no spray. It's just a straight line, a nice electric charge, and it's going to be completely just in the same direction. So you're allowed to do things like that. And as you get kills, it actually helps charge it up a little bit more. So Redux doing a really good job using that ultimate. That's what we need to see. It's now the last round of the half. Will Oxygen Academy take this 8-4, or are Native Black able to swing this one back? Gonna be moving in. Whitmer already getting aggressive with this operator.
Thinks he hears something, and he did. He heard Redux for just a second, but Redux got the heck out of there. Watcher spots one out. Verdi takes it out. No big deal. Nerfed still alive in this corner. Could get the best of Morg, but Morg with a great shot through the wall comes out on top, opening it up for Native. As Whitmer has got a great angle, and he finds the shot to follow. Beautiful. Once again, 5-3 for Native as Verdi pushes through garage doors, finds one. Could get one more onto Cutler. Oh, but Cutler's keen and gets a third.
Swarm grenade going to be tossed in here, but it's looking really good for Native Black. They should be able to take this B side and get it down, but Rustin evens it out. It's now 2v2. 2 star players of Native Black are going to be going in. Still alive.
Oh, no, he's so good. You can't make this stuff up, man. Whitmer returning finally onto Rustin, and now Redux and Rustin in a one-on-one to seal the deal for this halftime. Dash in hand. Oh my gosh, into the doorway. Redux picks it up. It's an 8-4 half for Oxygen Academy. Native down by 4 points. And potentially we will be going to a map 3. But of course it is halftime, meaning we're going to be taking a short break and we'll be back right afterwards. Welcome back, everybody. We've got the second half of the second match in this best of 3 between Oxygen Academy and Native Black. Of course, right now, Oxygen Academy are leading 8-4, but in the series, Native Black have a game win. And so they're looking to close things out. Down by 4 at the halftime. It looks like Native starting on defense here as Oxygen. Quick for the attack as Cutler gets 1 before going down.
And honestly, that was so quick. Nerfed on the back line as well, able to find Houston. But this is looking pretty good for Oxygen Academy. Native Black, though, getting ready for this retake.
Great shots from Morg. 3-on-3 now. Stays alive here. Paranoia in hand. Not going to connect on anybody. Finds the KJ. Dinks are good. Redux is there to save the day for Rustin, though. In a 3v1. Adrenaline. At about 100 HP. Recon to the back of the site. Gonna get destroyed immediately from Garage. And in a 1v3, things are looking grim for Native.
Oh, but Adrenaline goes in there. Able to find one headshot. Looking for the next one. But Redux is actually able to clap that one. That's going to be a good pistol round coming in from Oxygen Academy. Now 1 away from hitting that double digits, which has got to be very painful for Native Black. Native Black, this is their map pick. They took us to Haven here. And right now, Oxygen Academy are making it look like their playground. Now we're seeing the Neon Unleashed. This is what I want to see. Redux immediately just getting so much space. He uses the fast lane, just immediately gets to the back of that C site and just completely opens it up. You can tell that Native Black, as soon as it went up, were trying to back out and run away for their lives. It was just pure chaos on there, which just allowed Oxygen Academy to run forwards. And now it's happening all over again.
Oh, Houston trying to put up a fight with that shorty at close range, generally where it works, because it doesn't really work anywhere else, but Redux sliding through on top of that concuss. Didn't even stand a chance against it. 9-4 currently for Oxygen Academy, and they're looking to make it a 10 as Native are currently on an eco round, setting up for a CT-sided retake. They're going to do their best. Spamming through this back wall. The recon does go down. Great stun. Doesn't actually bounce where he wants it to. Adrenaline off the swing finds 1. And Verdi closing into the smoke. Gets another.
But it's Cutler here looking for some headshots. Not able to find anything. Another clean round from Oxygen Academy. They're looking good. They're looking crisp. And they're looking like they want to play. It's now 10-4. This is going to be the round where Native Black are able to buy up their rifles, and they need to start pushing back a little bit more. Otherwise, Oxygen Academy are just going to run away with this one. They still will have all their Spectres online, thanks to... I'm not even sure if they lost a single member on that last round, but still, really good showcase from them thus far. And as a result, you know, it's going to be up to Native Black to try and figure something out. So... all those Vandals have a little bit of a Phantom as well. They got to stop this momentum down because it's explosive from Oxygen Academy.
Redux, fast lane, going quick, and of course Cutler hears them running by him. Great blind allows him to pick off 1 and get the heck out of there. Morg, good smoke, but the Prowlers are going to reveal his location, and Verno and Redux not letting Morg or Houston live to tell the tale. Now Cutler finding a third on the round. It's quickly made into a 2v2. Messy as anything, however, it's working for Native and for Oxygen. They're trading, and Nerf comes out on top, 11-4.
Wow. Okay, this is not going to be good for Native Black. Now Oxygen Academy very securely want this map. Only 2 more rounds to make it happen, and yeah, right now you can just see Native Black are having a really hard time trying to adapt to this Neon utility. As soon as that fast lane comes up and the relay bolts are sent to the back line, it's a little bit of a panic coming in for Native Black. I like the position that Cutler did get set up in, you know, just kind of hang back on that angle, make sure to just avoid all that, wait for them to walk out of the relay bolt to capitalize on those kills. But this time around, it's going to be onto this A site, and it's going to be up to Whitmer to slow this one down.
Us immediately drove off that angle, but Adrenaline across the map, finding Verdi to open things up. Whitmer almost connecting there, but no money. Redux to the push here. Great stuff on a Whitmer. Going onto the back of sight, gets the stun almost, but Houston hits the sheriff shot. Native 4 versus 1 as Rustin tries to forage all the way up short, but is encountering a wall in a hard spot here and is not going to be able to gather the spike.
Yeah, I think Rustin just has to back out at this point. Maybe potentially punish some of the other players, but at this point, it's pretty much a lost round. The fact that it was mostly just a, what do you call it? A save round coming in from Native Black. And they were able to get these sheriff kills, able to do it. It just worked out for them. And I think this is the problem with the entry onto the A site. The utility was dropped down to get space on the lane, not on the site itself. And as a result, Redux did not come up as big as they would have wanted to. The rest of the team couldn't actually make their way onto site, and Native Black just kind of held back. As soon as they realized that the Neon was coming, you just gotta play back, wait out the utility, and it's gonna be a nice and easy round. So Native Black are gonna win that thrifty round, an important round. They need to get 6 in a row to tie things up, but right now Oxygen Academy, they're still gonna have money to be able to buy things, and so they're gonna be potentially hitting this seaside again. They've had such good success. It's been so explosive. It's looked great every single time they've hit C.
Good stuff. A fundamental understanding of how that Neon worked in that round really brought them the victory there, but can they replicate it when there's guns on the lines for everybody involved? That's the key here. Of course, Oxygen coming into this one, they've got the finger guns ready to rock, and it looks like they're trying to create some space here as the fast lane goes down onto the B site. Cutler teleports to back B and goes undetected as Morg gonna go down from his flank. CT has been cleared out and the C site is about to get planted on.
Yeah, look at that. Like, Morg just got microwaved in the back line there. Whitmer able to get one, but Verdi taking out Cutler is not what you want to see. This is looking very clean from Oxygen Academy thus far. Nerfed is able to escape as well.
Last player standing.
Nice little escape from Nerfed. Makes it out. Recon Dart gonna go down. Adrenaline, does he check his corner? On the way back in, gets bopped by Redux. And that, my friends, is round number 12 for Oxygen Academy. And that's game point here.
Yeah, I would be genuinely surprised if we saw Oxygen go for another A side hit, because that one just looked... Okay, miserable is a little bit of an exaggeration, but it really just didn't look too good. So Native Black are going to be taking a timeout. I think this is important because they can't lose a round. If they don't, it is over for them. So let's see how this one plays out here. Once again, Redux is just setting the pace of every single round. Got so much rube just flying into the back line. And that's why you pick a hero like Neon. Or sorry, an agent like Neon. You're able to just get so much distance so quickly that your opponents do not expect where you are. And especially too with an ability like the Overdrive, where you can just kind of melt them down. And honestly, unless they swing around and are anticipating you, the Overdrive basically just guarantees you kill after kill after kill. And that's pretty much what we saw. It just opened up that C site, allowing the rest of the team to just walk down C main because Native Black were just confused as to where they should be looking. And so very clean executes coming in here. Honestly, Oxygen Academy look incredibly rehearsed and incredibly good on this map thus far.
This is what we were talking about prior to the match starting, right? I think you had mentioned they have a 74% win rate on this map. And so Oxygen, definitely well rehearsed. You had also mentioned that they had played over 100 games or rounds of this map specifically. Either way.
Jim, I'm just going to tell you now that was Ascent, not Haven.
Oh, unlucky to say the least. But Oxygen, honestly, you could have fooled me with the way they're putting on a performance in this round, right? 12-5 currently, looking confident, but Whitmer up in the pace as Verno returns for one as well. Native, 45 years, Oxygen Academy, try to make something happen on B, and of course, send their Omen all the way over to A and try to create some confusion here.
Now, the Nightfall did go on, but I'm going to be honest, I think it was a little bit too late. You want to play around the Nightfall in the sense that you want to just be able to frag out, and now the plant's going to be going down. It's going to be 3v2 on this Spite retake.
Adrenaline trying to clear hell, does so. Nerf goes down. 2-on-2. Rolling Thunder ready to rock. The tap comes out, and the dodge from Adrenaline. He's able to get out of harm's way, but gets tagged by the Hunter's Fury and is able to dodge it for some more.
Goodness.
But the concuss, the util is just inevitable. Cutler now, and a 1v2. He's got the operator in hand. What is he going to do? Try to put 6 on the board, or will Oxygen find 13? They've got him surrounded, and they might even go for the knife. They opt not to as Verdi finds the headshot. And OXG Academy ties things up 1-1 in our semifinal BO3.
Hey, you like playing the game? How about no? Let's just hit you with everything that we possibly have. Oh, I almost feel bad at the end of that round. But yeah, Oxygen Academy looks so rehearsed on it. And once again, you know, you talking a lot about Jet before we even got into this match. But I just want to say, I love the Neon pick coming into this map, and we understand why. It looks a little shaky on the defense, but that's why you have the other agents. The fact is on that attack, Neon is absolutely stellar. We've seen Neon just frag out time and time again, and it's such good pacing coming through there. So Oxygen Academy, they do it. They're going to force out that map number 3, which is going to be Bind. But we're going to throw to a quick break, and then as soon as we get back, we're going to be picking things up. Which one of these two teams is going to be able to advance to the finals? Well, only one way to find out, and it's going to be just after this break.
Arslan Ash is a hero of mine. I was there when he won EVO, and it was a very exciting match between him and me, and I just really wanted to take the opportunity. Honestly, it was an honor. Arslan taught me to utilize all of my character's game states.
See, your strength of Elisa lies in the back guy, in the side step.
Yeah. One of the great things that he taught me is how to utilize my character's movement and to optimize damage.
Elisa down power 2 is very good. It's 16 frame and it's safe on low, and sometimes it push high moves.
Arslan was very nice and very respectful. He was patient with me. With what he taught me, I can take my game to the next level. You should definitely try Medify if you're looking to level up your game.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerd Street Valorant Chicago LAN for the Summer Champs. My name is Mark Casting alongside Jim Basco. And Jim, we are really deep into this. It's the semifinals right now, and it is Native Black going up against Oxygen Academy. We had a first map go to Native Black, but now Oxygen Academy, they're looking extremely dominant. They showed us such a stellar performance on Haven here, and it's honestly looked really good from them.
It really did. It was so dominant for a fact that it honestly looked like a completely different team. And when we think about how Oxygen Academy made this happen, it was a variety of different things, but mostly versatility, right? Versatile to give Redux the opportunities that he needs to overcharge on that Neon and find so much value, but also following up on the space creation abilities. Really just staying fluid, staying open, and mid-round calling, giving Oxygen Academy a clear advantage in this match, taking it 13-5 over Native. Pretty brutal if you ask me.
Oh, absolutely. And just as a reminder, in the half, it was 8-4. So Oxygen Academy only gave up one round before they just decided that they were going to win it. And so we have our map number 3. I know I kept on telling you that it was going to be Bind, and personally, I apologize for that one because it is actually going to be Split. So, Jim, this is the first time we're going to be seeing Split while working this Chicago LAN event. Tell us about Split.
Split is all over the place. Super narrow corridors. It is a smaller map overall than something like Breeze. So Breach is going to have a lot of value here. Raze, we're going to see a lot of, potentially a Fade and Raze combo, just so we can ensure that those nades have as much value, especially paired with the Tether. But that's what I would expect. Split overall can be a quick map. Mid control is very important if you're running a Sage, so definitely expect a Raze. And other popular picks include something like a KO. Omens are good. Viper is infrequent on this map. Astra used to be quite popular, but at the end of the day, Split, smaller map, lots of narrow corridors, hallways galore. So it's going to be really coming down to which team can play off of each other better and get those trades when it matters most. Because if you can entry, get those tight trades, and then play that post plant well, you'll be good on this map for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, like you said, I'm excited to see some Raze play. I think that this is the first map where Raze started to really take off as an agent. Like you said, tight corridors just allow for a lot tighter play. And as a result, you know, a lot of these explosions tend to get a little bit more value. Of course, we just saw Neon being rolled out by Redux. So we know that Redux is very comfortable kind of playing a little bit more forwards, making that space for the team. And I'm curious to see how maybe the teams are going to build around that. We have seen traditionally Cyphers play on this map as well, but that has been kind of taken out as Raze's rose to dominance because, you know, you throw out those satchel packs, you throw out that grenade, it's going to just destroy all the Cypher utility, and Cypher basically just has a pretty bad time on the point. But still, you know, hey, you have some nifty little traps set up, could pop off as well. Still Split. A very fun map, a lot of presence on mid. I do think that mid makes a huge difference on this map. And of course, there's those lovely little wires that you can go up and down on, introducing a little bit more verticality onto this map.
I'm surprised I haven't seen any TikTok dances or like Fortnite dances somewhere in the venue. You know what I mean? Like, generally, we're graced by something. I think that's Cutler himself with the backwards hat, by the way. That's kind of his like trademark look. I might be incorrect on that, but like I'm like 90% sure. Yeah, love a good trademark look. You know, some people got the trademark, like they have to have the monitor like an inch away from their face.
Oh yeah, of course.
Get the keyboard rotated at 90 degrees.
See, the thing is yeah, you can tunnel vision, but that way, if you're like right in front of your face, you actually engage your peripheral vision as well. So that, I'm sure, makes some sort of difference when you're gaming. Don't ask me though.
What?
No, I'm just making stuff up. I have no idea.
Okay, I was like, what? I don't know if that's a thing, but it almost sounds like it could be.
Listen, you just have to say a lot of sciencey words. I took science in university and stuff like that, and honestly, be a little bit charismatic about it, and people will believe anything.
Honestly, yeah, man. Yo, people have done crazier things for sure.
It's true. 100% true.
Yeah. Do hit the gritty on camera though. That'd be great. And of course, incorporate us into your TikToks. We love you all. Thanks for making this possible. Of course, we are in Chicago on the ground. And so if you're in the area and want to stop by, check it out. I'm not even sure if you can, but you can in the future for sure. And we've got events running all summer long. So make sure you sign up. And if you see competition and you're like, me and my friends could do that better, do it. Sign up, compete. Anyone can hop into these matches.
Yeah, absolutely. The Nerd Street Summer Champs are going to be running pretty much all the way until the end of August, where there's a nice grand finals happening. And there's going to be online qualifiers pretty much every week. 3 more LANs scheduled for this summer, but still, there's plenty of opportunities for you to get in onto the fun. Or even then, you know, you're just hanging out during the week, you want to watch a bit more Valorant, then there's going to be matches being broadcasted, usually on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays. That's the Nerd Street Summer Champs for you. So, once again, it's pretty cool that we're actually getting this LAN play, especially too, is a lot of these teams, specifically Oxygen Academy, have participated in quite a few of those online opens. Now they're in person, and they're making their presence known, potentially winning out this map 3 and able to advance into the finals. Quick little bracket update on the other side of things. Zero Marksman Black are going up against the Wet Rats, and as of right now, Zero Marksman Black are up a map. So if Zero Marksman Black do win their next map, which I believe is going currently on, then they're going to be advancing to the finals, and whichever team wins in this set will be going over to face them. But Wet Rats have been looking pretty good thus far too. So who knows? We got to just stay tuned, see who's going to be into the finals, but you know it's going to be a good one. And here we go. We're going to the decider map. It's going to be split. See what agents are coming in, and already I see an Astra on the board for Morg. Jim, how do you feel about that?
I hate Astra, man. I am just a salty little solo queue competitive player. And so at the end of the day, I hate this character, but I hate her because she's so good. And of course, I was a happy little camper when they nerfed the ever-living Christ out of her, but she's still strong. And every now and then, you'll run into one of them that will just ruin your life. And I really, really like this combo of Fade and Astra, because trust me, if you didn't like being stuck in a gravity well of Astras, you're not going to like being tethered, and those two combined can do some phenomenal damage. And if you're looking at this composition of Native Gaming, they have map control out the wazoo with Breach, Chamber, Fade, and Astra.
Yeah, meanwhile, for Oxygen Academy, no, Redux is going to be onto this Raze. I'm a little bit surprised that we're not seeing Native Black bring a Raze into this match, but still, it kind of fits Redux's playstyle a little bit better, so I do like that. But more importantly, I think this Killjoy pick is not the greatest. I don't know if I agree with bringing Killjoy onto this map, but this might just be a comfort pick for Rustin. Rustin has been playing Killjoy quite a bit, even across the open qualifiers, and has made it work. And so I'm curious to see how they're going to be making this one play out. Native Black, though, don't really have anything to counter that Killjoy utility. Really, it's just going to be up to Adrenaline to try and to get that Aftershock to destroy a lot of it. But that just means that Oxygen Academy could get away with doing a lot of those Killjoy shenanigans.
Blocking sight.
Up ramp. Doesn't make his presence spotted, though. Shots will let Nerf to know that he's there. Little gap in the smoke. Verno, though, across the map. Rather, on the defense there, finds one. At the bottom of A ramp. Spike itself is working its way mid. And the Astra on the offense. Hanging out. Outside of B main.
And this is a little bit of an unconventional look. What we usually see on this map is you send that chamber on the flank. But Native Black are just kind of playing this a very standard split. Redux has his paint shells in hands, throws them out.
Bomb grenade out.
Kind of getting his bearings. Pretty sloppy across the board. I'm a little confused as to what's happening, but Native, keeping their wits about themselves, they have successfully faked out Oxygen to head on over towards the A site. And the push, Rustin on the back foot here, gonna get clapped as Morg comes out of B main and sight set onto CT. Redux hits a headshot, but is unable to connect for an actual kill. Now 3 members of Native down to half HP. The Astra, the only member full. So this might as well be a 3-on-3 Oxygen. How do they play this? Trying to re-clear Mail and make sure they don't get flanked on flanked. Verdi returns with 1. Adrenaline opens it up again. Cutler for another. Redux in a 1v3. 2 at half health. Could be possible. Doesn't take that much damage. Finds a headshot. And now they're both low here. 1v2. I'm ticking. Needs to get a tap on the spike. Draw some info. Get some shots. Finds the head. But Cutler, inevitable, finds the body shot, the 55, and takes the first round for Native Black.
And this is good because, you know, Native Black, on the first map, Ascent, they were able to get both of the pistol rounds, but then Oxygen Academy were able to get the 2 pistol rounds on Haven. And so this is setting the pace. Native Black getting the pistol round yet again here onto Split. See how this one goes. Unfortunately, the middle push was very strong coming in from Native Black, and that really made it hard for Rustin to be able to stabilize. Rustin has to stay alive to allow that Killjoy utility to get its maximum value, but Whitmer might... Okay, cool. The fault line actually deters Whitmer, which is actually more of a blessing in disguise, because if he's slowing that corner, I think a Marshall would have been able to find his head.
Mid control is trying to be gained by both teams as Adrenaline pops on out off the back of that Prowler and finds 2 quick ones. Sending the Prowler up the staircase, and the aftershock as well as the dash into rope comes out. The A site is completely free. Oxygen Academy have completely rotated on over towards B, and now Native, they're not entirely sure that it's free, but they're about to find out as Morg on the lurk across the map picks off Rustin. Cutler in the rope, cuts off the rotate. And Native are looking great right now. Flawless round about to be theirs as Verno finally picks up one, and Morg picks up the last kill.
Yeah, a very clean round for them, and they keep a majority of their members alive. Make sure they can carry these rifles into, or sorry, these submachine guns into the next round. But Morg, with that Bulldog, could be good. Bulldog is a great one to kind of bonus on. Just because you get that ADS, nice little head. Suddenly, that's a Vandal down, or a Phantom down, and then your team can go in and sweep it up. So I'm curious to see how they're going to play things this time around. They've been really relying heavy onto that mid control, but they haven't really looked at A. This time they are looking at A, but they might just walk into the trap that Oxygen Academy have set up. Oxygen Academy sticking to their guns, and that's a huge fault line to start things out.
Dashes up to ramp to try and take the space. This man has 0 regard for healthcare as Nerfed takes him out. He just had a ghost and was spamming through it, hoping for a headshot there. Of course, Native are on their bonus round, so they're trying for anything, be it a cheeky kill or not. They want it all.
They're getting the rotations in place, but right now, this is Native Black kind of poking and prodding. They've got their Astra all the way onto B, but they're going to be met with quite a bit of resistance. Meanwhile, mid control is more or less Native Black's, but they can't really do anything with it thus far. So Native Black are just kind of stuck here as Verno finds Houston's head. It's just shutting down that A-side push, and so they are going to ferry that spike over to B. But I don't know how they're going to get by this Killjoy.
Stun onto Rustin. Stuck on the side. He's vulnerable too. Not able to connect. Morg trades him out. Oxygen in a 4v2. This was, once again, Native's bonus round. So, with the Rolling Thunder in hand, we'll take the picks that they can get. And 1v3 Cutler. Marshall in hand. He's got the Headhunter as well. Tries it. Gets a couple of shots, but not enough as Oxygen put one on the board in a not insignificant round, but one that was slated to be lost.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, they walked away with it mostly unscathed, and that's all you can pretty much ask for. So they will generally have rifles online for them, but we're going to be seeing Rustin probably not able to get that full stuff. Honestly, the Killjoy utility on the defense is more important, and so you want to prioritize that. Meanwhile, Whitmer going for the operator. The bold move, Cotton. Curious to see how this one plays out. Whitmer has been pretty good at getting up into their faces, but that operator is not what you really want to do with it. But still, Cutler, the one you would expect with the operator, gets a lot of mid-presence with the team, and it looks like they might be setting up for a B Heaven hit.
Earths watching B main, not seeing much. Houston in the staircase with his old pal Cutler by his side. Anything is possible. Nerfed. Trying to dash their dreams. Whitmer smoke onto the site. Prowler comes out, does connect. He's not going to use the paranoia, and the Rolling Thunder hits nobody. As the util is used onto the site, they clear it out and realize B is free for the taking. Oxygen Academy with a 5-man retake, setting up 2 towards CT and 3 to enter Heaven.
The spike is down 5v5 now. Whitmer couldn't find the pick there. They know that Whitmer has this operator, but has to go for the reload. It's going to be the Cosmic Divide to enter things on.
Verno good for one. Redux with a double satchel into B main, finds a second. Whitmer returns. Oxygen Academy in the lead, and Nerfed and Verno find two back-to-back. Verdi looking for the third. Where is he? As Morg now in a 1v3, spotted out at Heaven, finds one. Morg in a 1v2. The defuse is coming out. Can he push through? Morg! Not enough time. It gets diffused just as he finds the kill.
Yeah. I love me a good old body block, and that's exactly what happened. They were like, chances are he's going to run through the Cosmic Divide and just try and spray it down. So if I stand in front of my teammate, then I can absorb more of the bullets and allow that defuse to come through. So even though Morgan is able to find those kills at the end, it's still a round lost for Native Black. Now, a lot of ultimates are coming online for Oxygen Academy. We're going to be seeing that tour de force get used first, but more curiously, I'm wondering how the Showstopper comes into play. If used appropriately, could come up big. Oxygen Academy, they know that they like pushing, or sorry, they know that Native Black like pushing together. But with this operator, just looks away at the wrong time as Verno wins that one out.
Oh, you hate to see it. We've all been there. The timing just not working out for Native Black there, as Oxygen Academy have tied things up 2-2. Verno posted the Sentinel himself, the tour de force in hand. Houston now with the Prowler deployed, takes a lot of damage off the back of that nade and forced into a really awkward spot. Great presence of mind from Redux to use that there. Cutler finding one, returning, making things a little more even, but still Oxygen with a person lead, make that 2. 4-2 now. Oxygen Academy looking strong in this round as Cutler is isolated by himself onto the A site, and his teammate Morg somewhere towards spawn. They do have Spike still in their possession technically. They could do something here. 40 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that this is just Native Black need to play a little bit more closer together, tighten up some of these mistakes, because Oxygen Academy, they've just got these crossfires set up and are capitalizing on it. It's going to be a tough push, but they're going to try to make it. Nerfed in excellent position, spots out the gun barrel, takes out Cutler. Now it's just up to Morg in Heaven, but is smoked off. Not enough time to even get that spike down. Might opt to just pick up the operator and try and save it, but it's gonna, even that's gonna be tough.
10 seconds left.
Shots out. Nice shot by Morg. Just trying to do some damage here and potentially stay alive with the weapon. Goes for a peek. Tracking, not gonna work out, and switches to the pistol, finds the kill. Well done.
Yeah, I love the little spin midair. It's like, oh, you can't get my head. Which way am I going to be looking? And it works out perfectly for them. So a good round coming in here. And yeah, we can see the floor. These teams have been here all day, all weekend long, and they're still going strong. They want to find these wins and secure their spot into the semifinals here. The stress might be getting to them a little bit, maybe the fatigue. But if you want to win it all, this is what you got to put up with. And now we're going to be getting ready for our next round here. See what the buys are going to be like. It's a little bit scattered for Native Black. Oxygen Academy have thus far been doing a really good job on this defense and slowing down the pace of Native Black and honestly capitalizing onto it. Redux does get spotted out by the Haunt, but is okay. That doesn't give actual positioning, or no, yes, it does give positioning away. My bad. It also gives a trail.
Whitmer stuck himself onto this site. Verdi finds one, Whitmer returns, and a one-on-one there. Great stuff from Whitmer and Verdi.
What?
On the third there. What a step out and shot as Cutler equalizes once again. 2-on-2. Spike not yet planted. Cutler eyes on the sky as Heaven is the location of interest. Both of them there. Cutler has no idea, neither does Adrenaline, and now they're going to try to play this pillar well as Verno tries to take the higher ground. Cutler swings around the right side, finds one, knows one is crouched, can't do it. Adrenaline, better in the clutch. 3-3, it's a tied game once again.
Yeah. And that was a really good play, bringing out that tour de force on that save round in order to just make things a little bit more evened out. But honestly, just goes great. Oh, hey, how's it going? Like your hat. It's nice and big. Got a little distracted there, but it's all good. Yeah, great round coming out there. Really make that tour de force work on a thrifty round as well. That's got to be a huge momentum swinger back in the favor of Native Black. As they equalize things once again, it's the Blade Storm coming online for Whitmer here. They also have that Nightfall to engage. I hope they use it, but right off the bat, the Showstopper is alive, gets tossed down, doesn't find any value. Unfortunately, Redux got stunned up mid-flight.
Whitmer! Shout out midair. Houston, good for 1 on the return. 4 on 4. Middle of the map. Clearing out the angles never hurts because people like to play these weird rat spots. Of course, this quad box here and then the box by the door. Still waiting in a 4 on 4. Everyone on native side is towards A site. Oxygen has a lot of B control, and so they're sending that chamber all the way back towards A site. Now the push is coming out. Verno not able to connect. Rolling Thunder good for 3 though. Fault line to follow it up. It completely stymies that push. And Native have lost all momentum coming into this push here.
Oh man, and I hate that the Nightfall came out at that timing. I would have loved to see them make a push off of the Nightfall as soon as they get that information onto the site, but they're just stuck. And it's all thanks to that breach utility. This breach utility has been coming up huge, but now they're clearing out Heaven and just take care of Verno Redux. Still, Verdi is on the back of site. Could potentially stop this plant.
Good shot from Verdi.
Ooh.
Through the screen itself, Morg finds 1, and now in a 3v1, Oxygen Academy shuttling that Omen over. He doesn't really even have a weapon, so they're just going to try to get some more kills here. But a lot of util used from Oxygen Academy, and I think that's the biggest takeaway from this round, right? The Rolling Thunder, and of course, we saw the Fade util use as well. So going back and forth for sure, blow for blow to say the least. Nerfed. Trying to just get 1 more.
Oh, can't even do that. It's going to be Native Black making their presence known. Winning that round. Of course, it was a little bit of a save. Now, got right back into it. They're going to be able to buy up rifles this time around, and Oxygen Academy are looking to restabilize themselves. Verno going for broke. Has that operator in hand. And now, this is going to be a tough one. Native Black looking to potentially swing onto this B side once again. That mid control has been excellent for them thus far, especially too when they execute onto the B side. But Oxygen Academy, they must be aware of this. They've got their Killjoy there. Rustin could potentially slow this push down.
Taking their time here, Native trying to sell this B push. Oxygen Academy barely biting, just kind of shuffling that breach over. But no committal utility has been used, and so that rotate is not coming out. Nerfed, sending out a smoke. Keep things interesting. Off the backboard, the nade lands, forcing them out of that rope area. And now the spike itself is making its way towards B main. The Rolling Thunder is out, doesn't connect, and the Astro Wall is down for Native to be able to push onto the B site here.
Nerfed missed that Prowler. It's massive. And now we're actually seeing the lockdown come on. This is perfect. Because of the Astro Wall, they don't know exactly where it is. Never mind. They're able to destroy it just based off of some utility. The spike is going to be down here. Look at the pinch coming in here. Verno is able to take out Cutler, though. This is winnable for either team.
Winnable for either team. Natives, Cutler, going huge, finding 2 in a situation he only thought he could find 1. Verno drops, finds 1 on a quick shot. In a 1v2 with the Headhunter, equipped, taking out the op instead. Tries to land it, but can't hit the flick. It's 5-3 in favor of Native Black.
All right, Native Black, they're looking good. They're starting to figure it out. It's coming together. Unfortunately, I don't think we're seeing as much combination as we would like to see out of Houston playing that fade. But still, the information is good. They're able to get a little bit of info as to where some of these players are hanging out on site, thanks to the haunts, thanks to the prowlers. And as a result, it's a lot easier for them to just execute onto this site. It looks like they're going for a little bit more of a split approach. I'm curious to see how this one is going to be working out. Oxygen Academy, they're on a save this time, but Nerfed does have that judge in hand. And we've seen Nerf do absolutely disgusting things with that judge in hand. And yeah, fault lines trading back and forth to slow things down. Potentially looking just for a little bit of information. But who else but Nerf to shut down Wait?
Well done. Overall, Houston makes it onto the site. Kind of in an awkward spot. Chamber spots him out, and the rotates are coming out from the side of Oxygen Academy. Do Native push this, though? They are not on the site, and they don't have the spike there, and they've been spotted out, so you know people are going to be watching top ramp and from heaven. This is dicey. I don't really like this. They do get the spike successfully onto the site and are thinking about planting it back site. Taking their time with it, finally get it down. Playing a 4v4 now. Nerfed able to pick up an AK, a Vandal rather. Put some pressure down onto the ramps area. Lets his presence be known, but at the same time, you got an Astra wrapping your ropes.
Player standing.
Yep.
As 3 members of Oxygen go down, Native with a fantastic hold, 6-3.
Yeah, see, you thought for a second that this was going to be Oxygen Academy. We got to watch Oxygen Academy waiting for their setup to push it onto the site. But actually, we needed to just wait for Native Black there. Specifically, that Astra, Morg on the flank. As soon as Morg was in position, we saw Native Black take the aggression, move things forwards, and they caught Oxygen Academy off guard. They were hoping that they had Heaven control in order to secure the site and flush out the members of Native Black, but look behind you, there's Morg, the Astra, able to shut down that Heaven control completely. As a result, it was so easy for Native Black to just take control of the site. Now it's going to be a faster execute onto this B site, but the spike is in sewers. This is a little unconventional, but still, as long as they can get their frags, it's going to be looking good. Oxygen Academy, though, do have rifles this time around. Cutler does miss that first shot onto Nerfed.
Houston pushed up mid. Can he find a shot here as the smoke goes down? Spots out a couple heading towards rope. Decides to back on out of there. Whitmer, staying evasive, has his dash activated. Redux on the bottom box, trying to keep things spicy. Great flash, and Verdi follows it up.
All right, that's going to slow down the momentum here. Morg's still moving in there, but it's going to get taken out. And now they have to start thinking about whether or not they still want to push this. Looks like they are going to try and force the issue. The tether does come in, but Redux is ready for it. Adrenaline does trade that back onto Nerf, so it's going to be 2v4. The spike is not even close to being downed.
Wow, great shots from Adrenaline in a 1v4. Takes out 3. Now 2 members left. Native in a 1v2. He has Spike. Can go for the plant. Uses the aftershock towards CT. Denies that area for the time being. The spike does get planted, but on the backup, he's gonna live. Makes it to the pillar. 50 HP. Rolling Thunder goes out. Adrenaline. Heart pumping around the right side. Oh, able to connect onto Verno.
Yikes.
That's the saddest story of this series so far.
Yeah, no, 100%. See, what happened there was that the alarm bot actually was able to jump out and get that vulnerable onto him. And as a result, 1 body shot from the Headhunter was more than enough to just seal the deal on that round. The Rolling Thunder is good because it stuns you and it also slows down your fire rate. But if you just need 1 bullet, then it's pretty easy for Verno to land that body shot. And just like that, Oxygen Academy only 2 rounds down in this half. The potential of bringing us to that 6-6. So once again, one of these teams is facing elimination. And right now, Oxygen Academy are going to have to pull their things together because they're on a little bit of a save here. They will have that tour de force to round things out, but I would be curious to see whether or not they want to get Redux that ultimate orb to get the showstopper as online as well.
See what happens. Let's see how they play this one out. Nerfed holding the close angle this time around. It's one of the first times he's done this, actually. It's the one way. Oh, paying off for him. And just can't hit the shot when he needs to. 4-on-4. Native thinking about a push out main. Not going to connect on anything with the showstopper as Verdi uses a Rolling Thunder of his own. He's getting wrapped by Adrenaline, who's already found one, and onto the default of the site, finds a third, looking for number 4 towards CT, but is going to run out of ammo, chase down with the classic. The tether doesn't connect in time, and Rustin able to hold that angle.
Oh my goodness.
Done by Adrenaline. Wow, you got to give it to him there. Crosshair placement on point.
Absolutely. You know roughly where they are going to be, and look at that. They're all celebrating that kill. Oh, geez. This is getting down to the wire. It's 7-4, last round in this half. Is it going to be an 8-4 half, or are they going to be able to tie things up? It's going to be do or die. As soon as we flip around as well, I would make the argument that I do think that split is a little bit more of a defensive-sided map. I'm not too sure how Native Black feel on this defense, but still, they're looking nice and strong. So let's get into this game and see how this last round is potentially going to be shaking out, because, you know, it could go either way and could really set the pace for how the rest of this map goes.
I'm scared, man. You can see the tension in the room. Everyone's kind of hunched over. They're, you know, waiting and watching this match take place. So that energy in the room is palpable, and there's a lot of tension. There's a lot riding on the line, as you said. Oxygen Academy have to get the show together if they want that cut of $10,000. And you know, there's a lot riding on the line right now. So exciting to say the least. We're not even at the half just yet.
Yeah, and once again, like, it's so close between these two teams. This is ridiculous how close it is between these two teams. Obviously, you know, you hope that one of them is able to just kind of like take a little bit more of a foothold, but every single time, you know, these Thrifties are coming out of nowhere and completely swinging the momentum back around. Oxygen Academy are going to be forced onto a save. Tour de Force coming out from Native Black, being very aggressive. Nerf moves forward, looking for it. Finds the bullets on the Morg, but Morg wins out the spray duel, and just like that, it's not looking for Oxygen Academy. Thus, Redux still onto this B site, but alone until that chamber does wrap around.
Redux a little scared, man. A little scared, a little frightened, and I would be too if you lose 2 members of your team that quickly into the round. 7-4, Native Black are looking to make a dominant half theirs. They want the 8th round and are now grouping towards that A site. They have left their breach towards B, which could prove to be a nuisance. But as the Fade ulti gets used, the Prowlers, the tracks aren't going to connect onto anybody as Rustin mid-air finds one. Great shots on the Morg for the second. Equalized out just a little bit more. Native still in the lead here, 3-2 over Oxygen in this round. Oxygen have Heaven control. Native in great spots. They've got screens, they have sight, and they're about to find out what's going to happen on ramps. Adrenaline's fight here with both Verno and the Rays is going to be extremely important. Let's see how this plays out. That's one. Huge. Adrenaline. Ready for it. Does he expect the second? Close. Great jump peek. And the Rolling Thunder at close range. It's the last round, baby. I could do that. Beautifully done for Adrenaline. Honestly, in the last 3 rounds, this guy might have gotten a 3K, a 4K, and another 4K. So much value. Native. First half, taking it 8-4. And just like that, we're going to head to a quick break, and we'll be back with the second half of the match.
Spacey ship.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the second half of our semifinals matchup between Native Black and Oxygen Academy. In this best of 3 series, we're tied up currently. And in the second half, Native Black lead 8-4 over Oxygen Academy. Of course, you can see on the leaderboard there, Adrenaline popping off at 18-5 in that first half, finding multi-kill after multi-kill in the past couple of rounds. Now, as we head on into the second half, maybe it's a start of a new horizon for Oxygen Academy. Maybe they forge their way back and don't get eliminated from this tournament, because whoever loses here is knocked out, never to be seen again. Well, I don't know about all that, but you know.
Never to be seen again. It sounds like they're gonna die, Jim.
They're going to the nether, man, the underworld.
No. You hate to hear that happen, but Whitmer's
The upside
really
down.
Whitmer's really aggressive. Somebody's watching Stranger Things, but let's see if it pays off here. As it already the gunfight cracks out.
Yeah, went back and forth, and honestly, it really could have mounted in a double or a triple for either side of the equation as the concuss comes out from the Astra, not connecting on anything but forcing that player out of main into Houston and Cutler's arms, loving as always. Oxygen and Academy, Rustin left in a 1v4. He just wants some love too, and love is what he will find on this ramp if he peeks it, taking the top area here, and instead going wide, finds one shot, but they double up Houston on the third there.
Yeah, you love to see that little stack there. You know, you have one up, one down. That way, this is why the crouch function exists. You know, you just have your buddy just on top of you like that. And already, right off the bat, Oxygen Academy are going to be taking their time out here. But this is looking really good for Native Black. Once again, they've won the pistol round at the start of this map, and they won the 2 pistol rounds at the start of Ascent 2. And they were able to close that map out pretty dominantly. So, you know, this is not looking as good for Oxygen Academy as we would have expected. Oxygen Academy
Definitely
really
not.
showed us something new on Haven, but so far on this map, it's left me wanting something a little more.
Yeah. And I think that's probably exactly what they're talking about. What's going on, guys? How do we fix it? And it's hard, right? When you're losing so many rounds, you tend to get a little quieter. Your ambitions tend to get a little dampened. And so really what Oxygen has to do in this moment, they're down 4-9. They're about to be down, you know, as Native heads into double digits. What needs to happen on Oxygen? They need to regroup, refocus, and get back into the game. Oxygen Academy led this leaderboard month over month as the most successful team to enter these NSG monthlies. And they have that reputation for a reason. They're good. Native, a relatively new roster, they're good too, but you guys have more experience, so there is a fight yet still to be made. And so Oxygen, hot off that timeout, ready to push here. And it looks like they're going to leave the spike just for now in market as they try to take something quick into B.
Yeah, but it's Whitmer. Once again, Whitmer being aggressive. It's going to be so good, especially too with that Spectre in hand. Get nice, close, and personal. Already able to take out Morg, but I don't know if this is going to be enough. The damage has kind of been done.
Already trying to hit him, but the sidesteps from Whitmer too good. And of course, the high-low once again from Houston comes out on top.
Oh,
Rustin, you can only do so much, buddy. And of course, the double digits have been achieved. 10-4 for Native Black as they enter their bonus round.
dude, just the in-game knowledge of Houston to hold that angle, hold that specific sight line. Rustin jumped right into his crosshairs. It was all over just like that. So great stuff coming out from Native Black. They looked absolutely clean on that defense. Whitmer getting aggressive. You could tell that Oxygen Academy were not expecting it, but that trick's only going to work a couple of times. You can't keep on doing that and expect madness, because eventually Oxygen Academy are going to prep for it. They're going to expect you to do so and capitalize on it. But still, look at this. Oxygen Academy, they do have rifles, but that's about it. They aren't able to buy up full shields, meaning they probably don't have full utility either.
How do they approach this? Morg backing up out of ropes, enticing Redux. He wants him to push Verno, and the rest of OXG, they're like, dude, we need to start playing our game. They've upped the ante, upped the pace across the board. OXG looking strong once again as they head out onto the A site.
Yeah, and they should have this spike pretty much for free. It's going to be tough for Native Black to be able to push back into it. They do have that breach and fade, which could give them information. More importantly, they're going to have to try and get those frags. I do believe Whitmer does have that Spectre, but I'm not too sure about the others. They might just only have Sheriffs. Never mind, Whitmer does have a Sheriff in hand, and is going to get stunned up too, making it even harder to try and find those heads.
Adrenaline. Paranoid. Mamma mia. 3v5 at this point. It's a bonus round. So they should ideally just go gung-ho. Try to get a couple of frags here. Adrenaline picked off. Rustin spots him out top ramp. Ooh, Whitmer and Houston return for 2. Good picks overall, and Verno finds the last. Like we said, it's a bonus round. They find 2 picks. Not the end of the world for Oxygen. They did need to win that, though, if they wanted a fighting chance in this game.
Yeah, but look at the ultimates right now. Both the Blade Storm as well as the Nightfall are online, and I think that is just a really good idea on how well these players have been playing just in this half alone. Okay, Nightfall not going to be the best tool here, specifically to try and stop people from moving in. I think that when Oxygen Academy do commit onto a site, Nightfall is a really good retake tool, and you have to follow up with it. I've seen teams combo the Nightfall with the Rolling Thunder as well, and that gets quite a bit of value, but I'm more curious to see what Whitmer is able to pull off with this Blade Storm. This could be a good one, and it could swing the momentum back around.
Rustin, suspicious of the smoke, as you should be, because why the heck is that smoke there? Ooh. And so keeping an eye on it, Nerfed is able to find one. Whitmer with the second. Houston follows up for some more action there. Shots down onto mid. Almost connects on a Whitmer for the kill, but stops shooting just at the last second. Tough.
Yeah, a little unlucky there, but Oxygen Academy are the ones who are going to be hurting more. They've got 3 of their members left, but none of them are really good at entry. Potentially that Omen could get a paranoia, stun some people up, place some smokes down, and they have a shot, but it's going to be so difficult for them to push into this, and Whitmer trying to get some information before they back off. Only 6 HP left, and Verno pushing in through A main.
Good shot on the trademark. Nerfed wants to just try and make his way out of here.
Oh, too early.
30 seconds left.
Far too early. 3v4. Still just kind of waiting. Off the back of that, they can try and walk back, but Morg on the flank has them locked down, encapsulated entirely. Houston in a great spot as well with spray transfer, and he's gonna have some success with a little bit of help from his friends. Cutler is there just in time. That's an 11th round for Native Gaming Black.
Oh boy, and they're getting momentum. They look so clean with it. Meanwhile, Oxygen Academy don't look as confident anymore. And that's a little bit concerning because now it's going to be 11-5. Not looking fantastic, but great plays coming out there. I love that Native Black were able to just kind of poke out a little bit and just back off. The Nightfall, yes, Houston popped it a little bit too early, and so it was pretty easy for Oxygen Academy to back off of, but still, it was enough to, I guess, deter them from pushing in, which allowed for an early kill, and now Oxygen Academy back onto a save, but Rustin does not care and finds Whitmer's head.
That was a nasty shot just around the corner, kind of warped it. Now back into the smoke, he's going to dip out of there. That's the thing about Morg, too. If he's got these smokes down, he just commands so much space and presence that you have to answer, and answer is exactly what Oxygen do. They were aware that Morg likes to push like that, and so they baited him out, got 2, and just like that, Oxygen in the lead here in this round, getting the spike down on the ground, 5-2.
Player standing.
Oh, Adrenaline just gets completely booped from behind, or sorry, in front. Didn't even see what happened, and now it's just Cutler. I think at this point, Cutler just has to look for these exits, is able to find Nerfed's head. This is going to be important because, honestly, Oxygen Academy, they're not economically that stable. Every single kill is actually going to hurt their economy that much more. And I think Cutler knows it. And you know somebody's good for the aim, it's going to be Cutler. Tries to spray down Verno, but they're going to be able to exit out of this one. And overall, a very clean round coming out from Oxygen Academy. And I genuinely think that it was just the aggression that Rustin used that made that one a lot more possible. Yeah, spike goes off. A clean round coming in from Oxygen Academy.
Good stuff. Really well done from Oxygen Academy. Taking what they learned from the last couple of rounds, capitalizing on it, and like you said, what has separated Oxygen separately is the ability to adapt on the fly, that tenacity. That's exactly what they showed right there, and once again, adapting. It looks like they're reallocating themselves for a stacked A push instead. And things are tense once again. It is a game 3 situation. Native Black close to a victory here, close to sending Oxygen out of this tournament, but not close enough just yet as Whitmer gets walked on. Redux, great shots, and opens up the map here.
Oh, Houston could have had a pretty big pick there, but yeah, this is just going to be Oxygen Academy's round. Off of that lockdown, there's nothing too much that Native Black are going to be able to do. Potentially just find a couple of picks. Morg has that, but yeah, just the spray through on the smokes. You're not going to find anything. Couldn't even put the foot onto the site at all. Just like that, Oxygen Academy are going to be looking to secure their 7th round. Cutler, last person alive again. But man, that was such an explosive push from Oxygen Academy. They just ran it down and just made their presence onto that site. They had that lockdown available and really just wanted to secure. No funky shenanigans can possibly happen with that lockdown, and they're rewarded for it. There's only a 4-round difference between these two teams, and now it's going to be Native Black's turn to take a pause, you know? Figure out what's working, figure out what's not working, swing the momentum back around. As much as these are about strategy too, they're just good to kind of reset the mental, take a little bit of a break, cool off a little bit, and then start to feel like you're confident, right?
Right, that's the idea at least. And so if there's anything that they can learn from in the last couple of rounds is that OXG have a lot more success if they can execute in a certain way, right? We saw them draw out Morgause and the support there, find the frags onto those two, and explode afterwards. Then afterwards we saw a quick push from OXG Academy, and so what's the solution here? Do they keep it consistent? Do they keep the pace volatile? OXG have to figure it out because Native are on 11. 2 more round wins, and OXG are out.
Yeah, and this should be the round that Native are able to actually buy up rifles as well. And so they're going to be back into their full utility, full rifles, full shields. And yeah, if Oxygen Academy can continue this momentum forwards, I think there's a genuine case for them to be able to tie things up. However, if Native Black start to stabilize themselves, figure it out a bit more, they could come up huge and shut this comeback down before it even begins. It'll be a dirty A-side hit, and Cutler is going to be the person with first contact, but misses the first op shot.
Rolling Thunder coming out, connects onto the A site. Defenders, though, deciding to hunker down because there's really not much they can do. Readout's great in the smoke. Finds one. Cutler finds another. Verno returns. Quickly made into a 4v3. Oxygen Academy, speed is their friend. And it's working out.
Yeah, you know, we saw consistently Native Black were the ones who were taking the aggression, being so fast and forwards with their defense. They were finding Oxygen Academy off guard time and time again. It looks like Oxygen Academy, they figured it out. They just have to match that. They just got to do that exact same thing. And honestly, Native are not going to have a response for it. That's the problem with this defense. The way that Native Black are kind of setting things up is it is going to allow for those 1v1 duels. And Native Black are sent right back onto a save. They do have the tour de force online, so Cutler will be able to do that to get that mid control. But right now, this is Oxygen Academy taking the driving wheel and steering the map in their favor.
Wow. Morg just gets the cross onto Verno and might just prove to be a nuisance here. Puts up the smoke again, gets close. Verno ready, spots him out. What does Morg do in this situation, though? Is caught out by himself, puts a smoke in front of himself to create some space. Cutler finds one in this opening. Oh my, Morg somehow in the middle of it all is able to get out of the main. And he is just playing with the minds of Native right here. Or rather with Oxygen.
A good peace of mind. Whitmer going in there with the judge. Let them know that there's a shotgun there, because then they're not going to want to push in at all. They just need to delay this for as long as they can and make Oxygen have to force mistakes.
That's what we're hoping for. Whitmer spots one out. Great job. Can't kill him from that range. Verdi returns. Whitmer returns as well. Picks up an AK from the body of the Fallen as Verdi returns as well. 3-2 Native. Might get flanked. Morg, is he aware?
You just want Morg to pull the trigger there, but not going to happen that time. 30 seconds left. A lot more defenders on A than B.
One enemy
It
remaining.
looks like, oh, great shot. And now it's all up to Verdi.
With the stiff dragon, it looks like, in hand. That thing is
10
gross.
seconds left.
I'll show you what I mean if it comes back up. Rolling Thunder coming out. That, not able to stop the spike plant. It would have secured the round entirely. There it is. Adrenaline from the back finds it instead. Well done, Native. Taken up towards 12. They're on game point, match point, and set point.
Here we go. The defuse coming through. The tour de force absolutely coming massive. That's what we want to see Cutler do. Cutler with the tour de force or operator. Just so good. Able to find picks early on in the round, make it a lot more doable for the rest of the Native Black defense to make that one happen. And now we are on match point, just like you said. It's got a quick little replay, immediately shuts down Redux. And honestly, Whitmer, with that judge, got so much value. You should not be getting that much value with the judge. Able to take space, but also find a couple of picks as well. It's going to be full buys coming in from both these teams. A Cosmic Divide online for Native Black, but it is the Tour de Force as well as a Showstopper online for Oxygen Academy. If that Tour de Force finds a couple of people, it's more or less going to secure the round. And once again, it looks like Oxygen Academy are looking for a bit more of an explosive approach to this A site.
OXG walking up ramp. There is a chamber trademark in rope, so they will detect if anyone makes a heaven presence. Shots up towards heaven, and the spike itself is rotating back into sewers.
Here we go. It's a good job stalling things down. Oxygen Academy not too sure about this anymore. Are going to send a couple of members around there, but they are... Yeah, no, they're just going to completely come around because they also don't have mid control. And so they're just going to hightail it back, but they're going to meet Whitmer, who has this operator trained on site. If Rustin gets caught off guard, this is going to make it even more difficult for Oxygen Academy to find anything.
Whitmer finding one. Freedux with the showstopper got nothing. Verdi going down, and Whitmer on the turnaround with the swivel. He's got 4. He wants 5. Almost gets it there, but Verno with the flick react is good in the clutch.
Verno, last member alive, has to go up against 4. Doesn't have anything. Just this Vandal in hand, and they're just going to wait it out. The fault line is good. Stunning it out. Adrenaline just goes for the swing, and just like that, the winners advancing to the finals to take on Zero Marksman Black is going to be Native Black. Wow, what a match we had there, Jim.
What a match indeed. I don't think anyone would have seen this coming. Oxygen Academy coming into this series as a clear favorite. Coming into this tournament as a clear favorite. Native Black, though, a new roster stacked out of their minds, and they're already performing. Marks, this may be the formation of a power roster that we're witnessing here.
Well, absolutely. And now we're just seeing the replays coming in here, but honestly, Native Black were looking fairly dominant. Oh, that's right. Morg just running through there, not able to find the timing. Morg was really good on this offense as that lurking Astra, but especially on the defense, we saw them just kind of fit into their position. Whitmer finally able to turn it up a little bit more, but of course, Adrenaline, in my opinion, kind of the player of the match. Just finding so many frags, just in the right place at the right time, consistently shutting down the enemy team. It was so good coming in from Native Black, and they definitely looked a lot more comfortable on this map than they did on Haven going up against Oxygen Academy.
1,000,000%. Native putting on a clinic. And even though it was a close game, especially this sequence right here from Whitmer, so clean and so close to getting that 5th one on the tail end of things as well. But let's take a look at the bracket real quick. We have our grand finalists here between Native Black and Zero Marksman Black. As you mentioned before, Zero Marksman taking a quick 2-0 over the Wet Rats, which did a lot of work. You know, the Wet Rats and the Four Funders, that was a great match we watched earlier. For Zero Marksman to 2-0 them, that's saying a lot. OXG Academy taking 1 round off of Native Black, and finally here we are in the finals. Marks, it's been a long day, man. I'm excited to say the least. I'm nervous with anticipation about this grand finals, but it's been stacked all throughout the day, and I am impressed with how well Native Black are performing, to be honest.
Yes, absolutely. Native Black have been, honestly, surprising me as well, but once again, they're going to have to go up against Zero Marksman Black, who have not dropped a single map thus far. Untouchable. Well, it's all going to come down to this grand finals. Maybe Native Black are going to be the ones who are able to spin this around, but don't go anywhere. We're going to be going to a quick break before we return with the finals for the Valorant Chicago LAN for Nerd Street's Summer Champs. We'll see you on the other side.
Arslan Ash is a hero of mine. I was there when he won EVO, and it was a very exciting match between him and me, and I just really wanted to take the opportunity. Honestly, it was an honor. Arslan taught me to utilize all of my character's game states.
See, your strength of Elisa lies in the back guy, in the side step.
Yeah. One of the great things that he taught me is how to utilize my character's movement and to optimize damage.
Elisa down power 2 is very good. 16 frame and it's safe on low, and sometimes it crush high moves.
Arslan was very nice and very respectful. He was patient with me. With what he taught me, I can take my game to the next level. You should definitely try Metafy if you're looking to level up your game.
Spaceship.
welcome back everybody to the Nerd Street Chicago Valorant LAN for the Summer Champs. We've made it. We're at the end of our rope here. This is for all of the marbles, or at least a majority of the marbles. We've got the grand finals coming up here. And, well, it's been a long road, but it is going to be Native Black going up against Zero Marksman Black. Thus far, in the entirety of the Chicago LAN, Zero Marksman Black are completely undefeated. So, Native Black, this is their opportunity to show that they are mortal. Potentially spin things around. But this is myself guessing alongside Jim Basco. Here we are at the end. And Jim, are you excited for this match?
Oh yeah, I'm excited. Of course, especially because Zero Marksman Black have already proven themselves to be a force to be reckoned with, qualifying at the Fullerton LAN in California earlier in the month, in the season rather. And so Native Black have already automatically qualified onto the main event here. So shout outs to them for making it. But of course, we are still competing for that share of $10,000. So this match still has a lot riding on the line.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be completely honest with you, Native Black, they've been really good thus far. For a pretty brand new team coming together like this and already making it to the finals against Zero Marksman Black, that's absolutely massive. Look at this. Guess where we're going first? We got some variety. It is the Spice of Life. And after a very dominant showcase on Split, Native Black are actually going to be taking us right back there. And of course, Zero Marksman Black back onto Haven. And if necessary, we will be going straight to Icebox on the decider. But yeah, let's see it. This is it. You can see all the people, they're starting to get together. There's only a couple of screens they're going to have to pay attention to as we do get closer to this final.
Tension's rising. I love to see it. And of course, we're getting it to that time of night. Like you said, people are getting ready to watch the grand final match of the day. All the hype throughout the entirety of the 2-day tournament, this Chicago LAN has been leading up to this moment, right, Mark? So for the players, I can't imagine the amount of pressure that they're facing at this moment in time, especially knowing that they're going up against people who have won previously, especially at the Fullerton LAN, qualified through, and people that they will see again at the main event.
Yeah, but you know what's kind of crazy? I just thought about this, but if Zero Marksman won out at Fullerton and they're still participating in Chicago, I'm genuinely wondering on whether or not they're going to try and continue to win out all of these LANs that Nerd Street are putting on, because there's still a couple more, 3 more to be exact, before the one that happens in Philadelphia. And I'm wondering if Zero Marksman Black are just kind of like, you know what? This is our move. We're just going to travel to all these LANs, sweep up every single time. People are going to know who we are because we're just going to dominate.
This could be true. And honestly, there's a good amount of cash that is incentivizing the entire thing. So hey, that's your airfare and hotel paid for, right? And so I don't know, they could be a good incentive, especially because Zero Marksman Black, although they have stuck together as a squad for quite some time at this point, and we have seen them play for a while as well, I think there is still yet work to be done in terms of gaining some more notoriety and credibility, especially against stacked rosters like Native Gaming and all, like some of these players that we've been seeing competing have been coming from tier 1 teams. So I think they've been doing well, and they can continue to create this name for themselves. So notoriety can go a long way, and it'd be awesome to watch that happen if it did come true.
Yeah, and honestly, even the fact that they just qualified for the Philadelphia LAN without even having to win things out just because Zero Marksman Black have already done it, that's got to be huge. For a new squad to be able to qualify for a major event like the Philadelphia LAN for the end of Summer Champs is absolutely massive. And we saw them go up against a team that had already qualified or not technically not already qualified, but it's looking like they should be able to do so in the form of Oxygen Academy, because Oxygen Academy are rocking the leaderboard in points, making sure that they can secure their spot. But here we go. We're going to be loading into Split once again. A little bit of an unconventional composition coming out from Native Black, but they really made that one work. So let's see if we're going to be treated to the exact same thing as we get loaded in onto this map. I'm genuinely curious though if Zero Marksman Black just kind of stick to their guns and play that very standard composition that we usually do expect on Split.
Yeah, they just did such a good job. Their Split play was exceptional. It was really the maps, the way they played around him, that worked so well. And I heard something in the direction, but I wasn't sure what exactly here. Marks, did you get any?
A player crashed. That's what we're doing.
Okay, I was like, that
So
was
we-
even less clear.
We got in, and we
Okay.
immediately got right back out, and then Jim just got bamboozled. But don't worry, yeah, like you were saying, Jim, there's a lot of agents that you can kind of bust out on this that are going to be pretty standard. I imagine we're going to be seeing more race plays, and honestly, I'm curious to see if we're going to be seeing that cipher. Honestly, I do think that the compositions on Split are pretty static nowadays in Valorant.
Yeah, and really it comes down to how you want to play. And so a lot of people have experimented with giving up mid, playing that heaven control instead on either side. And so we've seen that work for some squads, seen it not work for others. It really comes down to what you want to do. And of course, Morg sticking to that Astra, lurking and being an absolute menace. We've seen it work so well just recently, and so they're hoping to repeat that performance, whereas on the side of Zero Marksman, they're opting for something a little more traditional, going for the Brimstone here, which is an interesting pick, and opting for that Omen as well. So they're sticking to a double controller composition. I'm intrigued by this, to say the least.
Yeah, I think this could kind of work out, actually, because the idea here would be you just try and throw down all the smokes, confuse your opponent, and then you've got Lear to be able to secure a little bit of space, especially too with that aftershock. And then you get Jonah just into the mix, ready to party, and if anybody gets out, then Enjoy will be able to sweep him up as well. So in theory, this could work out for their site takes, but of course I'm getting ahead of myself because it is going to be Native Black starting us out on the offense. So Zero Marksman Black are going to be on defense. I'm curious to see how they want to set up their composition. Usually you see that chamber on the B side, but this time around, it's actually going to be Mina hanging out on this Brimstone.
Interesting. Of course, post that Brim buff, we've been seeing him fluctuate in usage, but that stim is something that we know is very powerful, especially on the rotate. And so if you can be playing this cross-map presence and playing with a lot of smokes, maybe that stim can aid you in getting to where you need to be. But Native on the attack, starting things off. We are in the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen, for $10,000 on the line. Native Black versus Zero Marksman Black. 0-0 with Native on the attack here, starting off with the spike plant on B as Jonah finds a kill from heaven.
Yeah, now the spike is going to be down very fast for Native, but still, they got to be able to defend this. Already the defenders are on the site. Retake was quick.
Missed me.
Houston, good for one. Catches him using his util. Now in a 1v3, suddenly Morg from heaven, the top rope, finds one trying to spam through the smoke to get the diffuser, but he can't seem to do it, and Jonah just left-right strafing, proving to be too much of a wall to climb over. Zero Marksman Black finding the first round in the grand finals of the Chicago LAN.
And that attack was very explosive coming out from Native Black. They were so quick on making their way onto the point, and you could just tell Zero Marksman Black were like, you know what, you guys go for it. We're gonna just be over here. And immediately, as soon as that spike went down, we saw Zero Marksman Black so rehearsed, just ready to just pounce onto the site. And they were just able to secure the kills because I don't think that Native Black were expecting that level of speed coming in from the retake. And so now they're going to be on a little bit of a save. They did buy up a Marshall, but Zero Marksman Black have pull Spectres coming into this next round, and immediately Enjoy's getting a little bit of value out of them.
I do also enjoy a Spectre value round,
Oh
and
my
that's
goodness
exactly
me.
what we found ourselves with here as Cutler returns with a couple picks and enjoying life and enjoying that Hunter a lot, finding 3 back-to-back picks for Zero Marksman Black. Casual as Morg now. Nice skin, you know, Aquarium Week. Picked up the new shorty. Finds one for his troubles. You love to see it. Zero Marksman Black, quick 2-0.
Yeah, and wow, what a play! You know, just run it down with the Spectre. To be fair, there were Native Black were not expecting them to kind of make that play, so I was able to get away with a little bit there. But yeah, let's see the replay on this one. Enjoy just on the back line, and then Jor just running it down, and of course Enjoy with the headhunter in hand, able to capitalize on it. And Morg did get some value out of that shorty, but not the best. Now it is going to be a save coming in. This is going to be the bonus for Zero Marksman Black. These rounds have been going extremely quickly, but Lear is going to be buying up a judge. This is going to be an interesting play, but Jonah goes immediately deep and tosses out the paint shells to get that space.
We're going to take A main control, rather B main control, Native. Firing back through the smoke. Spike still towards that B side. Whitmer. Oh, you crazy little boy. What was that? Off the back of that dash. Does a little bunny hop. Lear finds 2, wants a third, but Cutler shuts him down in a 3-on-3 now. Value found on both sides.
Yeah, but this should go to Native Black being able to get this engagement. They just have to push into a raise. Honestly, not the best defending agent. Brimstone is close by as well, but I don't think the Molly is available. And the Chamber's just going to be hanging out on A side, so it's going to be Native to set the pace of this game, and they're going to be moving forward. So hopefully they catch Jonah.
Finds one. Swings out. Tries the second Morg. Trading him out. 2-on-2. So low on HP. Mina finds one there. And now Morg down to 23. In between a rock and a hard spot. Really tough at this point. Zero Marksman Black. This is a big round for them.
Yeah, absolutely. This was the bonus round, and I love the angles that they were playing. Playing to the... well, okay, obviously they had a judge in their hand, and, you know, then you want to play those ratty angles. You just want to hop around the side and be like, woohoo, look at my big old shotgun. And as they see it, they're just going to be hitting the ground dead. So, great plays coming out there, great awareness. And as a result, they turned this bonus round into an excellent round for them. This is going to completely reset the economy for Native. They heavily invested into all of their rifles here and just got completely shut down. It was almost easy for Zero Marksman Black to capitalize off of that one, and now they're going to have more than enough money to get rifles into everybody's hands. Meanwhile, Native, they're forced back onto a save yet again. All right, let's see these replays. That was absolutely disgusting, but Lear, look at this, just up in the air. Almost got that third one, but still. They got to be careful about pushing into some of these ratty angles. They're giving away picks without really capitalizing on them or using them, to their advantage. Not able to convert them back around, and it's all falling apart. Now, Native Black on this save. Let's see what they can do with these sheriffs, but it's not going to be looking too good for them.
That concuss is money, finding both of them and slowing them down immensely. Can they find any value to capitalize on the back of it, though? No, as that smoke deters them for just a moment. Native trying to take Heaven control. They have their spike all by itself in B main in a bit of a risky spot. I think he realizes that as well and can't get too aggressive on that push. Needs to wait for his team to try and make some headway through mid before he decides to take this push to B main, and the breach is pushing slowly through B main with the spike in hand. Little does he know, Mina posted up close left. They're just waiting outside this B main site, and of course in Heaven, the chaos is ensuing. The fight begins, and as it begins, Mina, good for one, snaps around. Adrenaline is there, finds the pick with the deagle, and they're able to get onto the site. Jonah connects, showstopper at close range, trying to deny the plant now, and the deny is successful. 30 seconds left on the clock. Bjor from the top, good for one, and Adrenaline at 5 HP. Can't find it, runs out of ammo, and that's going to be another round for Zero Marksman Black.
And honestly, this is why you love to see a raise go on to here. Sure, you can use that grenade to clear corners out, and you get the boombot to get that information, but the grenade is such a good stun, slow down the momentum tool. And honestly, that was just Native having a tough time being able to push out from Heaven. It was so difficult for them. As soon as they wanted to do it, paint shells were in their face. They're like, okay, we can back off for a second. All right, ready to move again? Fault lined. Okay, I guess we're going to wait this one out again. And then as soon as they're ready to go, oh, now there's a smoke and a flash in our faces. What are they supposed to do? And the answer is honestly nothing. That's exactly how Zero Marksman want to be using this utility. But it's going to be a very explosive attack for Name to come in, but a trade right off the bat.
Whitmer gets one, Lear trades it out. Rolling Thunder going to connect on multiple here. Mina in a great spot to capitalize, and Bjor with the ultimate in the back line. Just in the best spot possible. Zero Marksman Black, what a play for the 5th round.
Jim, I'm sorry, I blinked, and what happened? That was...
Yeah, literally.
Literally, they set up these plays off of their utility, and even it looks like Zero Marksman Black are waiting for the go button, but Native are the ones who kind of activate that chain of thought. As soon as Native started to push in, be a little bit more aggressive, that just told Zero Marksman Black, okay, we got to execute it, and we got to execute it right now. Such good utility coming through. It was a massive Rolling Thunder, tossing them all up into the air, toss in your utility there, get rewarded for it, and Native can't make their way in at all. Whitmer, pop in the Blade Storm to try and compensate for their lack of guns, but this is not looking very good for Native thus far.
Whitmer deep into screens. He's got the knives up, ready to rock. Sees Jonah. Jonah gonna be dipping and diving out of that corner. Staying alive, no updrafts, no mobility for Whitmer to work with as Cutler finds one. Jonah gets the pick onto Whitmer. Enjoy from the top through the window there. Finds Houston. Jonah satcheling onto the site as Adrenaline with a pistol in hand. And a dream, really. And a Rolling Thunder with the flash there, too. Could have been huge. And if he can hit that Rolling Thunder or a concuss right now, he's got both of them in his sights. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Rolling Thunder connects on both. Adrenaline trying to find the pick onto one in elbow. But Bjor doing a great job of staying alive. Gets stunned, though, for his concerns. And Adrenaline, once again, can't find it just yet. So much util has been used and they can't find the picks. Lear from the window finds one, and Cutler almost good for a fourth in a crazy round. Zero Marksman Black somehow find the sixth.
Yo, that was brilliant plays coming in from Zero Marksman Black. All the utility just kind of slowing down their momentum, and they shouldn't have gotten away with anything. But you know what happened? Lear actually rotated back into heaven. They realized, you know what, let's try and split up a little bit, and this way we can capitalize on them expecting us to be in that elbow. And that's exactly what happened. We saw that they were not expecting Lear to be hanging out in heaven and being able to get those last couple of picks there. And then it was just up to Cutler, looking the wrong way, trying to make that one happen, and just a little bit too slow. So excellent job getting that space and just relying on that agent to kind of take over the rounds. You could tell Native just were not expecting that at all. And right now it's 6-0. Tour de force online for Zero Marksman Black. This has been going really quick, Jim.
It really has. These executes out of Zero Marksman Black have been non-stop, and here they are once again pushing the limits of what's really possible with the flash and a nade combo. They find one, Morg returns, but Bjor pushing off that blind, knows he hit it. Can he capitalize? He does, and with the help of Lear, they find two more. Zero Marksman Black are playing a game like no other, and that game is in your spawn, in your face, and it's 6-0 on the board, looking to be 7 here.
Whitmer, completely on the other side of the map. This is so hard for Native to even find a foot in the door here. Every single time they try to go for one of their executes, Zero Marksman Black have a strategy for it. And like, what do you do against that? They've already counter-stratted pretty much all of these basic plays that could happen, and are just gonna make this one easy. Lear going out one way. Mina just gotta swing it around here, gonna pull out the classic, get the right click onto it to make this one a little bit evened out. But yeah, there's no way that Whitmer is gonna be able to win this one out.
That's just tough, man. You hate to see it. The little BM, Mina just giving up the guns and starting to jump, and of course Whitmer panicking a little. You don't ever really expect that in the nerves, for sure. Native have not been put in this position in a long time. 7-0 on the board, and a timeout is called from Adrenaline on the Native side.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you gotta do something different here. What do you even do? Zero Marksman Black looks so rehearsed. It seems like, okay, we talk about teams being able to play things together, know what is going on, and keep that synergy going. Zero Marksman Black have that down to a T. They're so coordinated. It's ridiculous. They get value off of every single piece of utility that they're using left, right, and center. Usually, we've been seeing this consistently. Something will get used, you know, a piece of utility, maybe an ultimate, but nothing really gets, necessarily a lot of value. It's just like, oh, okay, we can just wait this out. Maybe it slowed us down for a second, but that's going to be good. Zero Marksman Black, they're following up on every single piece of utility use, whether or not it's a flash, whether or not it's the Rolling Thunder. They're making this one work, and it is so well coordinated, Jim. This is really hard for Native Black to be able to figure out how they even want to start these rounds off.
What do you do in this situation when you feel like the playbook has been ripped out of your hands and Zero Marksman Black are writing it all over again? Every round we've seen out of them has been some sort of set play, some sort of execute, and they are not afraid to coordinate on these rapid pushes. And what you're seeing from Zero Marksman Black once again is a 3-man setup out towards B main, and this is going to get nasty real quick as Adrenaline lines up the concussion, doesn't hit anybody with it, and Jonah is ready with the nade. He gets sucked into the gravity well, but Native's Morg is going to go down to that nade just because they are not expecting that aggression, and they're not ready for that sort of thing.
All right, here we go. 5v4 here. Leader outside with the shorty. 7-0 for Zero Marksman Black. What a great look. No aquarium on that shorty, unfortunately, but it is a save round for Native Black.
Yeah, what? Who just has the raw shorty, bro? That skin is whack without the fish on it. Like, what? That I don't understand that. But here we go. Flash coming out into B heaven. You're in a great spot. Finds one with the help of Jonah. And just, wow. in and outs right here, the tagging between all three members of Zero Marksman Black is impeccable, and that's what sets them apart against Native B. 8-0 on the board.
Jim, what did they do? Jim, what did they do? It's like, I just said how coordinated they are with their utility, but look at that, the massive value coming off of just a single flash. As soon as the flash goes out, Jonah's right in there. Jonah has to back off for a second because getting pressured. No problem. Lear's going to come in from the side after that flash has expired and just sweeps another kill. And just like that, the push is dead. Zero Marksman Black are wiping the floor right now.
Yeah.
Their lowest
the
member
proper
is
terminology.
tied with the top members on Native Black thus far. They're making this look easy.
Yeah. The Haunt revealing the location of Jonah. Rolling Thunder coming out aggressively on the defense here. Showstopper looking for one. He dodges the concuss and gets blinded. And Houston comes out on top as Whitmer in the depths of heaven finds two. Lear, trying to be the smoke criminal himself, doesn't come out on top as Whitmer now in a 5v1. Great couple of shots. Native Black fire back, finally putting themselves on the board.
And that's an important round. And you know what? That is retribution for Whitmer after what happened earlier. Zero Marksman Black were just kind of having fun with it. But now, you know, they got to show them that they got to take this one a little bit more seriously. I love the aggression coming in for Whitmer, being able to just push out, find a couple of picks, and make it possible. Look at this. Just walks into heaven. No fear. Hold that W key. Never falter. Never surrender. Just frag out. And now, this is going to be Zero Marksman Black bringing two sniper rifles in here. Enjoy and Mina have those operators online. Let's see what they want to do with it. It's Whitmer with the Blade Storm as an answer.
I'm frightened. Native Black, we know they've had this in them the whole time, you know? They're in the grand finals for a damn reason. It frustrates me to even think about it, and, you know, I can't imagine how they feel on the side of Native Black, especially after getting BM'd like that, you know? I think you were right. Whitmer seeking retribution. He wants vengeance. I'm a little bit of a Batman arc. Native Black, can they fulfill the role? Or will Zero Marksman null and void their career and their reputation right now?
Hey, let's be honest. We know that if anybody wants retribution, it's you, Jim.
I want vengeance.
Vengeance. There we go.
Vengeance.
Watch out, Joker. Enjoys in the back line and already finds Morg. Lear walking through. It doesn't matter. The crossfire just destroys Native Black. There's only got two members left. Whitmer trying to make something happen with this Blade Storm. Enjoy just pulls out it, and it's almost a near flawless round coming in from Zero Marksman Black. No vengeance this time. Zero Marksman Black 9-1. Still two more rounds in this half, Jim.
Man. To make it all the way to the grand finals and not be challenged in this way has got to feel some, like, has got to invoke some sort of feeling inside of you, right? Like, I don't want to name the feeling because I'm not them, but my oh my, to be 9-1 in the grand finals, that's a feeling for sure. Fighting all day long, tooth and nail, going map 3 after map 3. Native Black. Redemption begins now. The 9-3 curse can be real if they can find these 2 rounds. Enjoy. Whiffs 1. Houston takes the space that he's been granted. Has to back off because of the aftershock. Not bad overall. Util usage keeping them at a distance.
Once again, this is the utility coming out from Zero Marksman Black. Not only are they able to find the frags, but they use their utility to deny a lot of presence for Native Black. And as a result, they get to set up their counter plays and stuff like that. Whitmer tries to get cheeky with the operator, not able to find anybody. It's unlucky, but still, that pushes them off of that B presence and forces them into mid, where I think Zero Marksman Black are ready for it.
Lear posted up, made some noise on purpose so that they come out and immediately swing hard right. Now he's backed off to the box, so they're going to have to clear that first, and played it so smart. He baited Whitmer so hard. Man, he's so smart. His brain must be throbbing. Lear, great job.
A couple of wrinkles earned, but Enjoy finds Morg. Don't need the big brain for that one. These crosses are just so well done, and it's so punishing for Native. It's 2v4. They don't even have the spike anymore. And instead, they're going to get Cutler to be a little bit more forwards, potentially stop people just outside this Astra smoke, but they got to act on this spike, and they got to act fast.
10 seconds left.
Cutler, one in screens, wrapped by Enjoy. Now in a 1v3, can't find the shot. Lear is good. He is so good. 10-1, 0 marksman black. Double digits before we hit the half.
Yeah. Okay, let's think about things for a second, because we've got two scenarios in front of us. One is that 0 marksman black lose this next round, and it's going to be instead 10-2 moving into the half. The other is that they win the round, and it's 11-1. Regardless of the scenario, it is not a good situation for Native Black. It's so hard for them to find any ground in these matches. I'm gonna be honest, Jim, I'm almost at a loss for how they should try and play this.
Me too, man. And you can feel it in the way that Native are playing. There are glimpses of glory, but they don't even seem like glimpses of success. What they seem like are glimpses of madness in what must be happening in Whitmer's mind. Honestly, I think he pulled those 3 kills out of pure, like,
rage.
Not like pure will. He just willed them into existence, like that pick. That was great, using the fade to go hide, with the ability, and then peeking out at the same time, causing a huge distraction there. Native finding a huge pick. Do they get the weapon? I didn't see.
I don't think they did. All right. See, that's so smart. Play off of the haunt, similar to like a boombot or an owl drone. You're going to make your enemy flick their crosshair another way, and that lets you just walk in and be able to capitalize the kill. All the ultimates coming online right now. Native, this is their chance.
Man, Native really felt good about that Rolling Thunder, but literally hit nobody. And they're just fanning out onto the site, trying to make something happen. Mina finds one. Quick headshot onto Whitmer. As Morg, the timing. He couldn't see the silhouette. Of course, we did the X-ray through the wall. Unfortunate for Morg there. 0 marksman black in a 4v3. 3 people of the defensive team on the retake here, trying from ramps as Cutler finds one, equalizes things. Cutler finds a second. Great headshots back to back. Bjor and Lear now in the 2v3, taking the space, finds a running headshot. You love to see it. Cutler with the third, and now Bjor close quarters. He's trying to find a fourth, but he can't do it. 0 marksman black go down as Native put up 2 on the board, and now at halftime we're gonna take a quick break, Marks, and we'll get back into it right after this one.
Welcome back, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
sorry.
You take the lead, Jim.
I don't know. We're just on the same wavelength, and I love that about us, Mark. So thank you. I appreciate you. But we are back into the second half. 0 marksman black currently at 10. Native black at 2. This is the grand finals. It is a best of 3 marks. what are you expecting for the second half, right? Something's got to change.
Yeah, something does have to change. Oh, Cutler not able to secure the kill. Zero Marksman Black have looked so clean on this defense. Whitmer now looking to potentially punish, but oh, look at this. Squad's come up from behind.
Oh, you're good for the shot on the jump up. Beautifully done. Prowler gonna connect. Houston finds one. Adrenaline finds another. Great burst fire. Adrenaline good for 2. Enjoy trades it out, and Zero Marksman Black kind of on their back foot here as Houston pops out. Realizes the last person's at low HP too. Taps the spike. Goes wide. Interesting. Around the screen now. Lining it up. Finds one! It's not enough though.
See, and this is why you're a caster, Jim, because you got me thinking for a second that there was 100% a chance that that was going to work out, despite the odds not being in their favor. That's what we got to see from this Native Black squad if they want to try and tie things up. A good pistol round coming into their half, but still the scoreline, they got to walk up a mountain. They got to be ready to fight the Balrog at this rate because it's not looking too good for them. They have a 7-round differential. This is going to be Native now buying up their weapons, but I don't know how Zero Marksman Black are going to be able to do that. They're doing pretty standard executes thus far, and Enjoy has already gotten spotted out and his head is taken off.
Birthed into this world only to lose the head. Unfortunate truly, as Native trying to get a little aggressive, trying to take a page out of Zero Marksman's books and get aggressive on this defense. Working out for them so far. And it's working out for them continuously as Houston finds another one. Bjor and Lear return for 2 quick ones. Cutler willing themselves back into this match in a 3v2. Zero Marksman Black on the back foot once again. And Native getting old here. Lear finds one, connects with the right click, and Morgan is good for 2. Very nice. Second round in a row for Native Black.
Yeah, and that's going to be a good round for Native to continue to roll forwards. But unfortunately, they lost 3 of their members, which means that they're going to have to try and force things up here. They can't give up too many rounds. They lose 1, they lose 2, and suddenly Zero Marksman Black are going to be on map point. Not good. As a reminder, this is also Native's a map pick, so things are a little bit more difficult for them, but this is the time. Zero Marksman Black, they're going to have rifles in their hands, except for potentially Mina. I might just have a Spectre instead. Let's see how this one goes.
Go get it. Satchel out. Satchel out.
Double satchel out. Jonah to the garden. He has made it to the flower pot. We love to see it. Site is clear. And they're going to go for a plant on a window. And eventually, you're going to want to work your way up the ramp, which is exactly what Zero Marksman Black are doing here. With a great crossfire setup, Cutler finds one and is on the hunt here for a couple more. Does so much damage, but can't find the finishing blow. He's going to pay with his life as Bjor finds 3. And quickly, Zero Marksman Black flip it on its head. Native on the back foot now.
1v2. Morg is able to pick it up, but oh no, the information is good, and Mina's down below with the Spectre, can just spray that one down, but still, a very costly round for Zero Marksman Black. It was a little bit of a brawl, even off the site. So as a result, they're not going to have as much money in their pockets to maybe buy up all the rifles that they are. I say that, but never mind, they will be able to. It's actually going to be Native now, who are a little bit more stretched thin. They could potentially get Cutler out there, try and get one of those ultimate orbs to bring that tour de force online, but generally speaking, it's going to be more or less a save coming in from this squad. And they can't give up one more round, otherwise this is going to be onto map point. It's 11-4. And as this goes down here, it's going to be a B-side hit for Zero Marksman Black. Morg getting aggressive with it as Whitmer finds Lear. Oh,
You're the freak that he is. 2 in a row. Quick headshots back to back. Takes a lot of damage, and that concuss is money. Houston, if he's able to capitalize on this, will be huge as well. Adrenaline helps him out. But unfortunately, Zero Marksman Black, once again, Mina finding the headshots when they need it most. 2v1 Cutler. Been out for this team in this tournament for so long. Now on a 1v1. Cutler, Headhunter in hand, has the Tour de Force, hasn't activated it yet, and will get killed from hell. Enjoy on that 12th round, and they are 1 round away from securing a game in the grand finals, and that much closer to their share of $10,000.
Yeah, they're shaking off the rust a little bit. We're going to get a little bit of a replay. Houston, good tracking to come in here. But once again, who else but Cutler? You don't expect that. Well, actually, who else but Cutler? Turns out Enjoy. We're going to be getting a timeout coming in here. Native Black, they have to just slow down for a second. Oh, got the wrong map on the screen. That's okay. Now we're here. It's split. But wow, what a dominant half Zero Marksman Black have had. And they're starting to press this forwards into the second half. Right now, you got to be Native Black just thinking about potentially what they could do.
Exactly.
If they don't change things up, then this is going to be Zero Marksman Black just running them over yet again. It's not looking too good, Jim.
You know, at this point too, I think it's great to have this timeout to really just take a second and reset, because, okay, sure, this game may be cached, but let's think ahead, right? It's a best of 3. What can we learn from this game, and how can we change it for the second one? And I think if we go into this round, although we may lose the round, how can we set up a play to extract information? Like, how can we figure out something that'll maybe help us in map 2? Because while it still may be possible in this first one, things are looking rough.
Oh, absolutely. Tour de force is coming out from both of these squads. Rolling Thunder right off the bat, but look at this. Adrenaline might be caught out as Jonah is able to find his head from behind.
Expecting the aggression from Native, using that breach ulti so well and more distracted. Watching Heaven lets himself mosey on into harm's way as Houston has pushed down mid, but not able to find the kill as Jonah gets the spike planted, and the rest of the team down out to B are stuck in a 4v3.
And the Nightfall's going to be active, so that's going to cut noise, but honestly only catches Enjoy, and Enjoy's got the tour de force online. Doesn't need noise, actually just needs really long sight lines to be effective. Now Lear is aware of this as well. He's kind of playing the time here. Time is ticking down. Native Black, they have to make a move, and they have to make it now.
Last player standing.
Getting ready. Oh, and off the top, Lear with the shot from main, and they're going to be good for 1-0. Marksman Black taking the first game of this best of 3 series handily.
Oh, handily is a good way to say that. Once again, this was Native Black's map pick. Zero Marksman Black, they basically just took them to school and wanted to show them a lesson on how to play split. That was a beautiful, just synergy coming out from Zero Marksman Black. You can tell they're incredibly rehearsed and they know how to play extremely well together. So, we've got a quick break before we go to map number 2, which is going to be Haven. Where else but Haven, which is Zero Marksman Black's pick. And I'm going to be honest, Jim, I'm a little worried for Native Black, but you never know. I'm willing to be surprised, and they might be able to surprise us. You know, maybe, please, yes.
Maybe. This is a potential possibility, Marks. Like you said, that was Native's map pick, and Native just played that map, and they looked fantastic.
Yeah, they did.
So, tough to say the least. Of course, Zero Marksman Black have already qualified at Fullerton, so Native have qualified indeed, but they're playing for $10,000 today, and of course, LAN domination, right? What else do you want to call it? Yeah. So there's a lot riding on the line. We are going to take a quick break, and we'll be back shortly after with Game 2 of this Grand Finals Best of 3 in the Chicago LAN.
Before I played Valorant and like other games, I was very competitive in chess.
That I am not actually down bad.
I'm also single, and like I don't know. I mean, I'd say I'm pretty handsome, man. Like my voice not like
So everybody knows.
You know, just making sure you guys know I am single. 15 and single. I'm a hot shot. You know what I'm saying?
I wear Crocs when I play. In my own home, and people think that's weird, but I don't know. I just like my Crocs.
I have to 1v1 anyone in Valorant. 10Z zombie. I need to prove a point.
Yay, sir.
Yay. That guy don't miss.
Probably Redux that we just played. He was talking a lot of shit. It really pissed me off, but, you know, whatever.
Best skin in the game currently, Tree Vandal.
Best skin in the game, Prime Vandal.
The Prime Vandal. It's a classic.
RGX knife.
The most I think about LAN, for a fact, is just shit talking. I love shit talking. Are you serious? Play the ball! I don't know how much it affects the people that I'm playing, but I love yelling at them. I mean, it's all lighthearted at the end of the day. Like, I'm super cool with everyone that's here. I have like no bad intentions, but I just love yelling and getting in their heads.
Connecting with people and showing off that I still got it.
I love the environment. I love the hype after winning a match, and I like what's online.
Seeing my teammates mainly, and playing against other people that I played in ranked.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerd Street Valorant Chicago LAN for Summer Champs. We're in the finals, and oh boy, it's a bit of a spicy match coming up between Zero Marksman Black and Native Black as well. But man, Zero Marksman Black just absolutely dominating map number 1, winning it out very decisively, 13-4. They lost 2 rounds in each half. That's unreal.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Yeah, okay.
10-2, and then ending at 13-4. Jesus Christ. And of course, you know, those rounds that Native did win were off the back of some phenomenal play from Whitmer, opening it up and just channeling the pure fury of 1,000 suns into his gun. But unfortunately, they're not able to do much there, and this was Native's map pick, as you mentioned earlier. Now, we're going to be heading on over to Haven, which is a Zero Marksman Black's pick. So if they did not have Split as one of the maps up their sleeves, right? If that's not something that they were aiming to pick and they looked that good on it, Marks, you hit it on the head earlier before we head into break. I'm scared, bro.
You want to get nice and close for your microphone to say that one, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you never know what's going to happen. We've seen crazier things, honestly. And so this could be a good time for Native Black to just kind of go into it. But yeah, once again, Zero Marksman Black, they're undefeated in this entire tournament, haven't dropped a single map. And I'm not going to lie to you, Jim, I'm starting to understand why. If they're able to broadcast that level of talent in against, on top of that too, some of these teams that are put together by actual players on other teams like Knights, other teams like TSM as well, you know, there's a reason why they're all the way here and they're looking pretty strong on it. So we're going to be loading into Haven now. Tell me about these compositions. What do you see? What's standing out to you?
Almost a mirror. We got a fade finally. I love to see it
fade
from
last
Jonah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm happy. I'm more fade, more happy. I'm a fan of the fade. It's taking the place of the KO, and of course the breach taking the place of the Sova. Interesting. I mean, you know, vice versa. It's interchangeable. Obviously, 2 initiators is the meta at this moment in time. And of course, running the chamber on Cutler, that's kind of been the de facto way to play this game all throughout the day. This guy's a menace to say the least. And Morg has been successful on these lurks. So compositionally, nothing too crazy. And I like what we're seeing from both sides. It honestly just comes down to how they want to play it. And when you look at Native's comp, a lot more information gathering on their side in terms of having both the KO and the Sova. Whereas on Zero Marksman Black, they've got playmaking with the breach and the fade combined.
Absolutely. Native Black, they got to find an early lead here, but that's pretty tough against Zero Marksman. They've been looking absolutely stellar thus far. Just as a reminder, both these teams are going to be qualified for Philadelphia at this point. Zero Marksman Black won the Fullerton LAN. And look at this, Culture in the backline, able to find one and able to rendezvous out. It's good call.
Oh, Mori. Beamed by Bjor. Beamed again! Pulitzer gonna go down. Zero Marksman Black looking confident. They're taking a spike all the way through beyond to C, leaving just one member of Native. Down C long, Adrenaline. Holding on to hope. He's got the recon, got a shock dart as well. If he can find one, that'd be nice, but ultimately a great round from Zero Marksman Black.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? You don't expect that. You don't expect it to, as soon as you hear that B spike going down, you're like, okay, cool. We got a little bit of time to chill. Let them set up, and then we're going to play retake. Oh, never mind. Zero Marksman Black are actually running their way onto the C site instead. Well, cool. And so, as a result, just completely caught off guard. Native Black just on the back foot. And they're going to be trying to adapt here. They're changing up their weapons a little bit. We're going to have a shorty coming in from Morg, but it's going to be up to Adrenaline to hold it down, only with a classic. And while the fury of Zero Marksman Black is going to be running their way down onto A, Lear has that flash ready to go. It's going to be an incredibly fast execute.
See how this one goes. Taking 5 people down long, leaving short completely open as the smoke goes down into heaven. Spots out one close left. Mina on the push. There it is. Enjoy is able to coordinate onto Adrenaline. And they have the site just like that. Plant going down. And now in a 4v5 retake. How did Native play this?
If they're going to just look for potentially exits, it's so hard for them. They need to just get a couple of kills to make sure that the next round is a lot more feasible for them. But I think Zero Marksman Black know this, and so they're just going to play as passive as they can. Oh, Bjor hanging out in the smoke as well. Another one down. Mina coming up big with 2. And now it's just up to Cutler in the top.
Wow.
Oh, okay. A little too aggressive there, Bjor, but it's okay. Because the rest of the spray through is going to just seal the nail in the coffin for that. But you know what? You want to talk about the team play coming in here. Despite the fact that there was a Sova on site, Mina just dashed into the smoke, knew that the team had their back, and just continued to walk in through. As a result, you know, you would expect potentially Adrenaline to get something. We've seen Adrenaline pop off on previous matches, but no, the rest of the team of Zero Marksman Black know what to do. They have these site executes ready to go, and as a result, nothing can happen. It's a completely flawless execute almost every single time, and that's what makes them so hard to counter.
Adrenaline gonna cost off that initial angle. Zero Marksman Black just seems like they're almost baiting here. Sending their Omen up mid, just shooting a lot. And then holding, waiting for some util in addition. Really taking their time to clear these corners. They know it's a bonus round, but they don't want to just throw it away. You know, they're just taking their time here because if they can make these kills count, oh boy, they can get something rolling as Whitmer capitalizes with some shot from Adrenaline onto the site now. Zero Marksman Black in a 3v5 equalized by Enjoy. Great headhunter shot through the smoke there onto CT. Jonah going back and forth and now in a 2v1 on a bonus round. Enjoy has got the Phantom, the spikes getting planted, and things are looking good for Zero Marksman.
Yeah. 1v2. Morg does have this Phantom in hand. Gonna be taking the swing. Goes for a good spray transfer. Oh, that was an important round if ever. This was the bonus for Zero Marksman Black, and they almost walked away with that one too. Honestly, a little bit scrappier onto that A site, but Zero Marksman Black still very disciplined in how they execute. And you can tell that they're checking all their corners, using the utility appropriately, and are able to walk away with cleaning out most of Native Black from the grounds. Now, Zero Marksman Black, they can afford all the rifles in the world. I wish I could say the same about Native Black, but they're going to be on a little bit of a broken buy. They should be able to get more or less their entire squad decent guns, but it's still not going to be the full shebang. Maybe not bringing utility in order to compensate for the fact that these guns need to just come into their hands. So not the best scenario, but still it's a round on the board.
You want to play? Let's play.
A round on the board indeed. Updraft. Not going to spot out anything. Zero Marksman Black. Sticking to this 5-man A push. They have their chamber chilling at the flank. Watching the sunset. But they're taking their time once again. They're baiting out util, drawing out the rotates. They're staying here for so long that Native have to address them on the map. You can't just ignore this. But they're also not giving anything up. They're not budging. They're not taking any risks. And Enjoy on the... Ooh, is ready for this garage aggression, but he's not going to see anything just yet.
Here we go, just kind of taking time, but a lot of space being made. Lear looking for it, is able to find one. Mina's already on this A site as well. Realizes the people are in the back line, is able to capitalize on another. It's so clean.
They're so smart is the thing. Zero Marksman playing out of their minds. Really, they sit there and they force Native to do something about it. And Native peek because they got curious. They stopped hearing noises and they get punished. Zero Marksman Black rotate back over to C to give Mina more space on this flank, on that A, to take everything. And just like that, another round for Zero Marksman.
Yeah, it's looking clean. Looking absolutely clean. Mina just such good on that entry. Playing that jet, getting into the back of that A site, consistently just kind of looking around. As a result, finds a couple of picks here, a couple of picks there. Life is going to be nice and good. Native Black back onto a save yet again. They're only going to have classics in their hands. Vulture will be able to use that headhunter, but the rest of the squad are going to be a little bit less. Let's see if they want to push out there, potentially grab that ultimate orb to get one of those ultimates online, or if they just decide to hold their ground and anchor down that C, maybe play a little bit of a retake on one of these other sites.
Jonah tempting fate here. Just kind of waiting. He knows these guys are going to get antsy, and of course, Native trying to get a read on the situation. They've 4-stacked C. It is their eco, and so they're just waiting for anything. And at the end of the day, Native, if they play slower than Zero Marksman, Zero Marksman will have to be the ones to make a move here. They are on the attack. They need to get the spike down. A minute left on the clock marks.
Some information. They're taking the spike on to C. Not too sure what's going on here. Oh, Adrenaline spotted out. Can't find that shorty kill. And just like that, they're making the call to move on to A. Jonah finding a lot of information, actually able to pick up two, but Whitmer finally claps back. But still, that's going to be a rifle in their hands. They got to do a little bit more economic damage.
Plant going down for Zero Marksman. Man, I'm a fan of Enjoy's lurks, to be honest. He's also running the Vandal with no aquarium, I just realized.
I got the money to pay for that.
Is this a trend or something? Like, what is this?
If you want to play as good as Zero Marksman Black, make sure your Vandals don't have fish in them.
There's science, I promise.
Yeah. But yeah, no, honestly, like, a good job from Zero Marksman Black being able to read that situation. I do like You mentioned the flank. I 100% agree. I think that the flank is extremely good, and Whitmer able to pick up Mina, but the spike is gonna go off, so that's the round one yet again for Zero Marksman Black. It's 4-1. But yeah, you want your Chamber flanking because Chamber can relocate himself very easily thanks to the rendezvous. And I do agree. I think that Chamber from Zero Marksman Black has been getting a lot of value. Enjoy just kind of being all around the map and catching the rotations time and time again have made this so much easier for Zero Marksman Black to just set themselves up and feel very confident in their site retakes. That round was actually a really good round of just kind of seeing how Zero Marksman Black work. They want to just prod out for information, aren't afraid to necessarily take duels, but want to play smart with the knowledge that they are given. They're not just trying to frag out, and I think that's why they're looking so rehearsed right now.
Honestly, looking so good. And I'm loving watching these guys play just because of the map presence that they command. Cutler needs to know that they always hard clear that angle as Whitmer finds the lurk, shuts it down, and gets back to safety.
Look at that. They use the Nightfall. But suddenly that cuts noise onto the site. But they're actually going to be rotating around. Bjorn might be able to catch one off, is able to get Whitmer, looks for Morg as well. And just like that, the C side is wide open.
What? Wow. The anticipation from Bjorn to be confident enough to peek CT first instead of clearing the back of the site. So smart. And lines up two back to back. Just like that, where there wasn't an opportunity presented, Zero Marksman created one, drawing so much presence to A with a TP all across the map, and then aggression off the back. Beautifully done. Zero Marksman, 4-1. How did Native try this retake here? Bjorn backside, good for a third. He wants a fourth and a fifth, but it's not there as Jonah opts from C long. Connects for one more, and Adrenaline now stuck in a 1v3. There's no hope. 5-1 for Zero Marksman Black.
Yeah, and they're able to just carry all of their rifles out of that one nice and easy as well. An operator in the hands of Fade, you don't see that too often. But still, Jonah putting that to good work. The classic C long setup. Just kind of play back, rely on the utility. And once again, Native Black's economy is broken. Might be able to see that Guardian get a little bit of value from Cutler, but they're struggling right now. They've only been able to get one round thus far, and Zero Marksman Black are starting to pick up momentum again. I don't know if we're going to be seeing that 10-2 half like we did on the first map, but still, Zero Marksman Black, they're doing an excellent job of just being able to just frag out and get that spike down on multiple sites. They're keeping it fresh every single time.
Fresh and funky is the name of the game. Really, more great shot down C long, catching him off guard. That smoke angle really working out in his favor. Zero Marksman looking like a quick push through garage. They're trying to keep it quiet for the most part. They're going to get spotted out. Jonah, though, good for one. Watcher sent out. Not spotting anything. Adrenaline sees one with the recon. Shock dart out and the Hunter's Fury to follow and deny the plant. With a minute left on the clock, the spike has yet to be planted here.
Yeah, but there's more than enough time for them to do that. I think that just allows for the retakers to get into position a little bit faster. Eventually catch them off guard with these rotations, but Whitmer coming up the black with the back with the Blade Storm. Has 2 knives left. Needs to find a kill in order to make that one count, but that Prowler is going to make Cutler not be able to see anything for a second. Joy now just backing off. Saw somebody. Gonna just hightail it out of there. Look at this. The flash is ready to go. The flash goes out. It does get a lot of the people as all of Native Black are on the left side, making this pretty easy for them because they have to go out in order to swing. And Zero Marksman Black are just able to completely gun them down. Jim, there's nothing that they could have done there.
There's nothing they could have done. They stood no chance. Really, Zero Marksman Black looking so good. Time and time again.
All right.
I don't even mean to do it. It just happened. And as soon as I said the first word, I was like, ah, man, now I have to finish it. It's just, you know, what can you say? But really, Bjorn going bananas with a huge TP, finding 2 off of unprecedented aggression there. Busting open that round 6-1. 6-6 is still a possibility, but the way that Zero Marksman have been playing, I would be surprised to say the least.
And Mina has this operator. Be walking things up now. Clearing that corner. Houston knows. Houston is scared, but also has that null command. It is an option for the team. Cutler gets stunned up here. Spike might go down.
planted.
Your back sight. TPing away, goes towards A. Oh, he's gonna flank the flankers. You love to see it. And of course, cancels it. He's still back sight. In the midst of it all, he gets a shot. Whitmer top rope here. Finds one. Oh, whiffs on the second. That's unlucky. Mina, great at the close range. Another burst fire with the classic is good for the 7th round. Yeah, he baited them out into thinking he was gonna leave and instead stayed, canceled it, came back, found the kill, and found the value he was looking for. Bjor playing out of his mind right now.
Yeah, Bjor is just in all the right places at the right time, able to just catch a couple of people off guard and capitalize on those kills. Meanwhile, Whitmer has just been doing a really good, or sorry, not Whitmer, but Mina has been a really just controlling the space. Right, we talk about Jets consistently fragging out, being able to find value in the kills that they make, but also too, it's more so map control. Just the threat of a Jet just kind of being around, especially on that B site. Could be elevated, could be on the ground. It's terrifying to push into. And now Morg is going to be fault lined in here, but takes Mina out on the way out. Oh, okay, there we go. Lear trades that one back. It's going to be an aftershock in the back line, but once again, Zero Marksman Black should be very able to put this spike down. Use the Rolling Thunder just for good measure. But already Whitmer is coming up on the flank here, Jim.
Face your fear!
Holding it down as Jonah spots him out. The trail has been detected and the dog will be sent out. Actually, doesn't even need to as Jonah just fires through that wall and connects. Bjor playing backside here. Gonna be a menace as always. Repositions using the smoke as cover. Recon forces the fire. They don't push in time though and can't capitalize on him not aiming towards them. Cutler holding it down as time ticks. Bjor finds one and Enjoy finds the next for an 8-1 round there.
Yeah, this is just so tough. Honestly, Zero Marksman Black are just finding the frags that they need and to enter in onto the site. Like I said, they're really good at using their utility together. They know how to play off of one another and are honestly just doing their due diligence in making sure to clear everything out. A little bit of a cheeky angle there from Morg, able to take off Mina's head, but honestly it didn't matter that much because all of the rest of the agents were already off of the site, and it was just that much easier for Zero Marksman Black to just walk in and make that one happen. Now the tour de force coming on line 4, Enjoy. Going to be the fault line off onto A. Adrenaline in the back line has an idea that they are pushing up onto A thus far.
Your catches one, so aware, so good. The flash out in mid, the aggression comes out as well as the Prowler heads onto B, detecting a player there. Mina perhaps not spotting the Omen in the window. Morg playing a really tight angle, gets smoked out, has to put down a smoke of his own and gets on out of there. And instead, looks like he's trying to re-engage with Paranoia in hand. Bjor trying to sneak up through B, shut down by Cutler. And now Zero Marksman still have a man advantage here, but Native spread out across the map as Zero Marksman own in on the A site.
And they're going to be able to get the spike down. Cutler, though, already on this site as well. Doesn't matter, Mina takes the ego duel. There's so many snipers, so much value, all heads. 2. You don't see that every day. Now it's just up to a Morg to potentially win it out against 2 snipers and a fade. Not looking too good. They're holding the angles, and Mina's going to get that final kill. Zero Marksman Black, it's 9-1 on the second map of the finals.
Not something you'd be used to seeing in grand finals, but gives you a glimpse of the level of competition in these events. Zero Marksman Black have gone undefeated, not losing a single map all day long. They've made it to the grand finals, where currently they're 9-1 in their second game of the BO3 with $10,000 on the line. Marks, I don't know what Native's got to do. They've qualified for the next event, but I would not be happy going out like this.
Honestly, I think they're just going to have to watch the VODs on this afterwards and try to understand what was going on, because it's just so hard for them to do anything. They're struggling to get onto this, or sorry, it's struggling to deny Zero Marksman Black from even getting onto the site at all. Now Whitmer does have this Blade Storm coming up on the flank. This could be huge if Bjor's not expecting it.
Give me those back.
And he's not. Good for 1 so far. The call out has been made, and they're not responding to it. Jonah goes down after finding 1 onto Houston, and now Lear spread attention. It was spread too thin.
I have the spike.
Goes down. Enjoy in a 1v2. Spike going down as well. Giving him 45 seconds on the clock right now.
Oh, Morg up
and
top.
eliminated. Yes.
Nice and easy. All right, that's 2. One
That's
more
2.
round in this half. Will Native Black be able to activate that 9-3 curse? Well, they're going to have to figure something out here because, once again, they've just been in a cycle of just consistently getting dunked on by Zero Marksman Black. Zero Marksman finally slip up just a little bit, allowing for Native to pick up that second round. And they should have enough money to be able to buy up here. And this is going to be a good case for themselves if they can at least get that third round on the board. 8-4 is definitely still winnable. 9-3 gets into sketchy territory, but it is still possible for that comeback to happen. So Native Black, they really need to capitalize on this round, and they do have a couple of ultimates to work with. That Null Command and Hunter's Fury would be absolutely massive at shutting down the plans of Zero Marksman Black.
Shots through Garage as Mina speeds things up, heading on straight to B. And with no regard, the concuss is good, but the right click is not. Doesn't matter. Phantom shots are just better at that distance. Connects for the damage. The plant is going down and denied, so they're going to get off of it momentarily as Mina finds a second. Morg returns. Jonah finds one on the right side. Lincoln is peeking someone back sight. Mina cleans up a quick third, and Cutler now. Last round of the half. Tour de force in hand. Smart move from Zero Marksman to just be like, yep, we're not going to deal with that at all. We're going to go to A and just have a field day with this.
Yeah, and Zero Marksman Black, honestly, they're playing so flexible. They're not afraid to try new things, and I love that the fact that they're able to just rotate around so quickly and not commit to a site. Play it smart. You don't want to lose this last round. You really want to solidify that lead. And they also have the Nightfall available too. So they are going to be popping that just to kind of get that information. But Cutler not yet there. So still has his tour de force. 1v3. This is a tall order to get this to a 3-9. This is going to be really tough.
Tour de force in hand. Tournament life in hand as well, really.
Oh, did clear it!
Oh, nah.
No, okay.
Nah.
Oh, the panic.
Yeah, Jonah was like, let's just put him out of his misery, bro. Come on.
Yeah, that's fair. Respectable, honestly. But now it's 10-2. Getting a little bit of deja vu. Call Justin Bieber. Maybe Post Malone. But we're going to go to a quick break before we get back into the second half of this map. We'll just see you after this.
Welcome back, everybody. We've got the second half of the grand final match between Zero Marksman Black and Native Black. Currently, in the second half, we're sitting at 10-2. And after the first game, Zero Marksman Black were your victors in the first one. So, I am your caster, Jim Basco, and joining me, of course, is Marks.
What up? Actually, I know what's up.
And we're anxious, we're nervous, and we're excited for Native Black to potentially show us what they're made of in the second half. New half, new us, right?
Yes. New half, new us. Forget that new year, new me. It's all about the halves now. First 0 point goes in, and Joy says, Cutler, you're not allowed to play the game. Sorry. Finds a headshot with that headhunter. Alright, Native Black aren't sure if they want to push it anymore. They're going to try it anyways, but Mina comes up with one and Joy with the other. The crossfire is just so good, Jim.
They're just shoving it down their faces, man. This is mean, but it's working so well. And their util usage, their movement, it's intimidating. Morg is trying to run away, and it's tough when you've got a freight train coming at you. A pebble send, no chance, really. 0 Marksman Black at 11 rounds to 2 marks.
Oh, well, I don't know whether or not Native Black try and buy up, because they do have at least 1 round of cushion room, and that will at least secure them the rifles. They cannot afford to lose this round if they do invest up. We have seen them do it before, but it doesn't look like Native Black are going to be doing it this time. I think this is the right call. They just got to play a little bit cheekier. They can't be giving up into these crossfires that 0 Marksman Black are continuously setting up. Already off to a rough start with 0 Marksman getting the pistol round.
Just watching Enjoy aim down the sight on that headhunter gives me anxiety because he doesn't move. He doesn't move. He just stands here. Oh my god. Okay, he was behind another wall. Holy Jesus Christ.
Jim, you're losing your mind. The 0 Marksman Black are in your head.
They really are, and it's intimidating because even when I'm playing Chamber and I'm holding an angle, I kind of have to move my mouse just a little bit to let my eyes glaze over like a little robot. You know what I mean? But Cutler here in the back line finds one. Houston finds a second. Native. Some life in them yet as Jonah shuts it down real quick in the back line. And Native with the plant on their side on B. The 3-man flank here from 0 Marksman Black. They are at full health. They've got weapons, and they're ready to tank.
A huge fault line coming in here. Morgan can't escape from that one. Whitmer still inside. Lear sprays that one down. Now it's all up to Adrenaline 1v2, Jim.
Swinging right. Ooh, finds one. Can he find the second? Stays alive. That's important. Gets on the half. Oh, he hits the backstab. You'll love to see it.
Woo! That's what we love to see. Native Black right back into things. Look at those smiles on the faces of the people hanging out in the Chicago LAN. You know what? You got to take those dubs. We saw the knife come out earlier. A little bit of disrespect. This is going to be Native Black coming right back into it. A huge round for them. They're going to win that one, which means that this is going to be 0 Marksman Black back onto the pistols as opposed to Native Black, which are going to be able to buy up all of their rifles this round.
You got to take what you can.
Exactly.
And we're going to take that all the way home with us. Cutler returns. That's good. 4 on 4. Slows it down a little bit. The drone going through short will allow 0 Marksman Black enough time to get some additional support onto the site itself. Mina making their presence known, and Enjoy on the flank. This is giving me stress as Enjoy opens it up, drops the spike carrier, and gets the heck out of there. Beautifully done.
Gun difference no more. 0 Marksman Black already have the numbers advantage. Mina making it even more clear. Finds one more. Gets shut down. 2v3 though. Gonna have a hard time pushing onto this A site. Might just choose to back out. Things are tense, Jim. I don't know what else to say.
Things are tense.
Oh,
it's not,
no.
It's just tense because this guy is a freak of nature. He can find these shots all the time, and he works so well with these pixel angles. But that's not to denounce all of the rest of 0 Marksman Black. Phenomenal players working so well together. Util usage out of this world. And really, these guys seem unstoppable as Lear picks up round number 12.
Rifty round. That's going to send Native Black back onto pistols. On match point, they got to force up as much as they can. 0 Marksman Black looking like an iron wall of defense right now. It's not been looking too good for Native Black. They're going to have to be very careful with which site they push onto because honestly, the way the Zero Marksman Black have been pushing out onto this, they're willing to take it aggressive on one of the sides, but then really anchor back onto the other two. And the thing is about that anchor, they're able to capitalize on a couple of kills, which just make it so much easier the rest of the round. We're going to be seeing more get a little bit of aggressive. Okay! That's what we like to see. That's how you want to start at this round. Morg finding a headshot onto Lear, catches him off guard, now has a rifle, but Mina is here waiting for the rotation back.
In such a good spot, decides not to dash. Jonah pushes up mid, gets the spike. He knows there's one more in garage. Bjor with great timing on the blind. And this is what we're talking about. Across the map, they decided to turn it on, and there was nowhere for Native Black to go. Zero Marksman Black, take it, 2-0, and they're your victors of the Chicago LAN.
Oh boy, Jim, Zero Marksman Black not even dropping a single map this entire tournament. That is unheard of. Regardless, they had already qualified for the Philadelphia LAN at the end of the Summer Champs thanks to the Fullerton LAN victory, which does mean that that is Native Black being able to qualify themselves. They've made it in despite being a fairly new squad. You know what? That was a tough one to kind of go through, just understanding just how dominant Zero Marksman Black looked on them. But this is a very well practiced team, and that is just such a good showcase from them coming out here swinging 13-5, 13-4. That was just utter domination in the finals, Jim.
In the finals, man. I cannot believe it. Native Black looked so good all day long, too, and there's such a new roster. So shout-outs to them, really, for making it all the way to the grand finals, qualifying for the event later in the summer. And so, really, just shout-outs to these guys. I can't believe it. They made it so far. Honestly, defeating Oxygen Academy is something that they should be proud of.
Yes.
Marks, and I think Oxygen is yet to qualify, if I'm not mistaken, so we will be seeing them, I'm sure, once again, because they're a squad that deserves to be in. But if these, newly cropped up teams continue to give them problems, we may not see them make it all the way through. Morg having so many great moments, and honestly, such great moments throughout the entire series. We couldn't have asked for anything more.
Absolutely. Just look at this. This is just kill after kill after kill for Zero Marksman Black. But once again, like you said, Oxygen Academy, just to talk about things a little bit more. Oxygen Academy, they are the top seed right now on the leaderboard, thanks to all of the open qualifiers, which means technically they haven't qualified yet, but they're looking to secure their spot. We still have lots of online open qualifiers open, and 3 more LANs, so there's plenty of opportunities for the team to be able to pick it up. But yeah, oh man, okay, yeah, thank goodness we got that knife kill into the feed. Love to see that. But congratulations, Zero Marksman Black. As we close out the LAN today, they're going to be walking away with the biggest slice of the pie. It was a 10,000 prize pool, and first place gets $5,500. But honestly, that's not too bad for Native Black either. They're going to be walking away with $2,500 as well. So you know what? Not bad for a pretty new team.
Not bad at all. They really blew our minds, I believe. And so shout-outs to them, shout-outs to the Native squad making it so far, but of course, shout-outs to Zero Marksman Black, your back-to-back LAN champions. That's gotta feel good. And of course, they traveled the country to make it here, right? Competing in Fullerton, California, making it all the way to Chirac itself, Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, and I'm genuinely curious to see whether or not they actually plan on attending all of the other ones as well, just because, they could do it and they could continue their streak of domination, but at the same time, they might give up some of their strategies. I imagine that this is going to be Native Black going back and kind of rewatching the tape, see kind of what happened here, and so that next time we see them, they can come out a little bit stronger and potentially contest a little bit more against Zero Marksman Black.
A legacy is being created, and we're happy, and honestly, we're lucky to have this position to be here. So, Marks, I'm happy to be in this point of Valorant history, but, it's being created as we speak, so really exciting, and we are going to take a very short break. We're going to have some more content for you afterwards, but of course, shout-outs to Zero Marksman Black. We are, I believe, working on getting an interview sorted out with the winner, so we'll have that after this short break. We'll see you soon.
Spaceship.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a little surprise for you. We are, of course, coming live from the Champs Qualifier at the Chicago LAN, and we do have an interview with Enjoy from the winning team. Let's see if we can get ahead and establish a connection with this young man, this young superstar. Can you hear us, Enjoy? How you doing, man?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. Congrats. How does it feel to be a back-to-back LANimal?
Honestly, I don't know how to feel. I'm super excited. Honestly, we played great. We literally didn't drop a map, not even close in most of any of our games, I'm gonna be honest. We look nice out there, honestly. We look nice.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, that's an understatement, bro.
And this is the thing, too. You guys looked absolutely nuts. You went up against some of these puggy teams of players who were coming from, like, the Knights. But once again, like you said, you haven't dropped a single map. You know, what was going on through your heads throughout the days when you're just like, wait, like, when is this actually going to be challenged? Are we going to be contested here?
We were waiting for that too. Honestly, we didn't really know. It was just like back to back to back. Honestly, the last LAN too, we didn't drop a map either. So I don't even know.
So like, what happened in this last one? Because Native Black, they just played Oxygen, right? And they took Oxygen all the way, and then you guys showed up and rocked their whole lives. So what did you guys figure out? What happened?
Yeah, we were friends with all of them. We were ready. Like, we thought, we didn't think of, like, we were expecting, like, a good match. We were getting prepared for it. But honestly, like, we were on point. Like, everything we did was clicking. We worked together perfectly. My teammates played amazing. Like, we all did our job perfectly. And, that's what happens when we're, like, perfect on synergy like that.
Yeah, no, the synergy was 100% amazing, and big congratulations to you guys. 2 LANs in a row.
Yes,
That's
sir.
something else, man. And so, just before we close things out here, I was wondering, do you have any shout-outs that you would like to give just to kind of end things off?
Yeah. Obviously, my team, my coach, the whole support staff behind me, people coming to watch us. Like, it's so fun in the LAN environment with all your friends around you cheering you on. Like, it really is fun.
All right, well, congratulations to Zero Marksman Black and Enjoy. You played absolutely out of your mind as well. We don't want to understate that at all. So big congratulations as you win the Chicago LAN. Add that one to the Fullerton LAN as well. And thank you for joining us for this interview.
Thank you for having me.
Alrighty, and just like that, we're at the end of the Chicago LAN, Jim. What? How did we end that just like that? It kind of went absolutely crazy.
That was the kid on that chamber wrecking everybody's lives. You know, like, how is this possible? I don't know.
Well, speaking of people getting wrecked, okay, maybe that's not the best way to introduce this, but we actually do have the sweet play of the day. And if you were sticking around for the stream, this one might look a little bit familiar to you. It's actually going to be Clorix earlier on when he got the 1v5 clutch ace in order to win a round for his team. And we're gonna get this replay on here, starting things out with this frenzy. And yeah, this was just an absolute masterclass coming on from Cloric.
Disgusting. Finds the third, and then here is where it gets really nasty. Gets that one, tucks away, and then here again. Cutler in this 1v1. This was a legendary fight because he hears the drop down here on the right side, positions himself on the further side, and is ready for the swing out, hits both the body shots, and is good for the 5th. Exceptionally done by Cloric, and that first moment of just tucking away so that he can find those 2 with the frenzy. When you want to just run at them with the frenzy, that's what it like kind of forces you to do. He tucks away, that patience pays off, he finds 5 and gets our sweet play of the day.
Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful, honestly. We love to see those types of plays, but that means the Chicago LAN is over. You saw the environment there. So many people were there, and we had amazing matches all throughout the day. Before we close things out, I just want to say that once again, this has been casted by myself, Marks. We've had Jim Basco just alongside me. We had Fudgy Waffles as well as Casey on our observing, Rave with the replays, Verme on the production. And Jim, do you have any final words for us before we close out the show today?
There's a lot of talent in Valorant. And it's changing at the highest level consistently. So we are seeing the rise of some of the biggest stars that I'm sure will be making a splash onto the tier 1 scene sometime soon. So keep your eyes peeled for all this talent, and keep your eyes peeled for more Nerd Street LAN events because they'll be cropping up all summer long. So with that, Marks, it's been a phenomenal weekend. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you guys in the audience have had a great time as well. And we can't wait to see you guys next time. So on that bombshell, we will see you guys later. Sayonara.